Yo, 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 yo. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, people? It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA watch along. It's been a great season. It's been a long season, but we have reached the finale, people. Today is the final day of the regular season. Final day of the regular season. And we have 4 games on today. I know the screen looks a little different than usual because I wanted to do something a little different for the final day of the season. So make sure that you are tapped in. Well, we have 3 games that start at 8 p.m. We have 3 games starting at 8 p.m. Let me get the timer up so we can make sure we don't miss any of the action today. And only 2 of them really have any playoff implications. There we go. Time until tip off. Got it there. All right. So, the game we're actually going to be focused on is the game that matters the most. It's the Golden State Valkyries versus the Minnesota Lynx. That game will clear up 3 seeds. So we'll figure that out. Speech. Hey Noel, what's going on? Salute. Glad you were able to find the stream. I hope all is well. So, we're gonna focus on that game for this stream, but we will be taking an eye on the Liberty and Chicago game and also the Phoenix and Dallas game. Those games don't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, as the Phoenix Mercury are locked in at the 4 seed, as you see on the bracket below, and the Liberty are locked in at the 5 seed. So the teams that are in green have locked in for their seeds already. The seeds that are in orange and that are numbered, those are the seeds we're gonna find out tonight. Maddox, what's going on? Excited for the playoffs? So am I. Good to see you in the chat. So, let me see if they've announced the lineups yet. I think they've been announcing them. So let me see if I can see what's going on in terms of the lineups for all of these games. So, as I mentioned, we're going to start off with the Golden State game and the Minnesota Lynx game. That is the game that matters one of the games that matters the most tonight. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So, let me see if they've announced the starting lineups here. So for the Valkyries, they're starting their usual starting lineup: Veronica Burton, Kyla Charles, Janelle Salon, Ileana Rupier, and Temi Fagbenle. So that's the lineup for the Valkyries. For the Minnesota Lynx, have they announced it yet? The Lynx will be starting Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, Bridget Carlton, Nafisa Collier, and Alana Smith. Actually, now that I see Nafisa is actually going to play, let me hurry up and get to my fantasy team and take her off the IR. So I am going to bench. Who am I gonna bench? Dang. Who am I going to bench? Do I bench? Oh, let me bench Jessica Shepard. I need to add Nafisa back in. IR. Activate. I need to drop. I dropped Maya Caldwell. She ain't playing no more. Okay. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I didn't know Nafisa was gonna play, so I gotta make sure I get her back in the starting lineup. Today's the final day of the fantasy team. I'm in the championship game, in the championship round. Today's the final day, so I gotta make sure that I have my best guns out there. So Nafisa's back in the starting lineup here. I'm a little worried because I want to start Satu, but last game Phoenix benched all their starters in the 4th quarter. So I'm a little wary about starting Satu. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let's get to this game. So the Golden State Valkyries 23-20, Minnesota 33-10. I have the playoff scenario there. With the Valkyries win, they'll be the 6th seed, the Fever will be the 7th seed, and the Storm will be the 8th seed. If the Valkyries lose tonight, the Fever will go to 6, the Storm will move up to 7, and the Valkyries will be the 8th seed. So this game means a lot in the grand scheme of things for the playoffs. Let's take a look at the stat leaders. Of course, they're still without Kayla Thornton. The Valkyries for the whole season, they're all-star. She's out with she hasn't played since before the All-Star break. So they're gonna be missing her for the rest of the season. Nafisa, of course, a MVP candidate, will be there. Veronica Burton leads their team in assists. She's my most improved player candidate. Still no Tiffany Hayes for the Valkyries. She's been out a majority of the season as well. As you can see, the Lynx lead the season series 3-0. So this is a matchup the Valkyries would probably want to avoid in the playoffs. So they would need to beat the Lynx tonight in order to avoid this matchup in the first round of the playoffs. As you can see from the Valkyries, they've won 3 of their last 5, but have lost 2 in a row, including that game on Tuesday to the Seattle Storm. The Lynx, they've won 3 of their last 5. Their last loss was to Indiana, and the other loss was to Vegas back on September 4th. Bitcoin Snoopy said Nafisa's going for a 1-2 record, for 1 to 2 records. That's what I heard. They wanted to get those records. We'll see. We'll see if she'll go for the records or they'll really focus on rest. But we shall find out. I have the Liberty game on my screen here, and I have the game we're focusing on, the Valkyries game, on my other screen. So I will be bouncing back and forth, so that we can keep track. The Liberty game doesn't matter, but I'm a Liberty fan, so I got to see what they doing out there. And of course, Phoenix versus Dallas doesn't really matter as well at this point. What up, Con Landing? If Minnesota wins, the Valkyries won't have to leave Minneapolis, since they would open the playoffs at Minnesota. If Golden State wins, they are the 6th seed and will be at either Atlanta or Vegas. Yep, that is correct. We'll be on stream all night throughout the final game of the season. So make sure you grab your snacks, your drinks, and hang out with your boy until the end here. I'm going to quickly touch base on this Aces game. If this page would load. Oh, it loaded the wrong game, but we move anyway. Where is it? Aces, Sparks. Here we go. So Las Vegas, they're 29-14. They're currently in the 3 spot, right behind the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta Dream finished their season yesterday with a win against the Connecticut Sun. The LA Sparks, as you know, if you were on the last watch along, got eliminated in that game. Even though they beat the Phoenix Mercury, they needed the Valkyries to beat the Storm, and the Storm ended up stealing that game in the end. So the playoff scenarios for the Aces: if they win, they'll be the 2 seed. The Dream will drop down to the 3 seed. If they lose, the Dream will stay at 2, and the Aces will be the 3 seed to start the playoffs. Right, so those are the playoff scenarios we have this evening. Show you the bracket one more time for the people joining. The teams that are in green, the Lynx, the Mercury, and the Liberty, are the only 3 teams that have solidified their spot, their seed in the playoffs. Those teams at the bottom, the Dream, Aces, Fever, Valkyries, and Storm, still awaiting what seed they will end up being. Right, broadcast is starting. I am watching this game on League Pass, the Minnesota game. The Liberty game, I have it here on our local affiliate, Fox 5, My 9, here in the New York area. All right, so make sure you put your predictions in the chat, people. Put your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this game? Will it be the Lynx or will it be the Valkyries? It should be a good one either way. They're talking about Minnesota here. It's the Minnesota broadcast. Franchise record 33 wins, 1 shy of the WNBA record. Home court advantage throughout the playoffs. They're 19-2 at home. And their MVP candidate, Nafisa, she was player of the month for May, June, and July. All right, so we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens in this one. Make sure I'm on the right game. I see what's happening, but I might have to fix that. But I see what's happening there. right? They're just talking about the starting lineups now. Janelle Salon, Ileana Rupier, Temi Fagbenle, Kyla Charles, and Veronica Burton for the Valkyries. Everybody has like, I think they have pink for the stud buds, I'm assuming. Dejanay Carrington is the player that's injured for the Minnesota Lynx. She's missing her third straight game with a left shoulder injury. Yeah, Con Landing. Yep. So we'll see what. Oh yeah, everybody has the pink hair on, and I guess it's for the stud buds. I'm assuming everybody has the pink wigs on. I guess to mimic the stud buds here. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. And we're off, people. Game has started, and the Lynx have the ball with Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams gets into the paint, throws it over to McBride, gets tipped out of bounds. So it will be Minnesota ball. Courtney Williams to inbound now. Williams gets it into Nafisa. Nafisa over to McBride. McBride dribbles, pump fakes out to Atlanta Smith for three, and she misses. Kyla Charles with the rebound. Kyla Charles was on a hardship with Dallas, and she's now with the Valkyries, and she's been playing really well in her role. Ball over to Veronica Burton, right side of the floor. Burton into the paint, picks up her dribble, tries to entry pass. Fagbenle tips it to herself. Layup is up and good. The Valkyries are on the board. Ball in play here with Minnesota. Atlanta Smith with the ball. Over to Nafisa, left side to McBride. Comes off that screen. McBride out to Atlanta Smith. Loads up for another three and misses again. Fight for the rebound. Carlton tips it to Nafisa, and Nafisa scores. Nafisa Collier on the board here, and it's tied at 2 apiece. Veronica Burton with the ball. Burton throws it over to Rupier. Rupier pump fakes for three. Back to Burton on the left-hand side. Burton gets downhill. Finds Fagbenle on the cut. Gets fouled, but they don't call it. Tipped out by Fagbenle and out of bounds. So it'll be Minnesota ball. Courtney Williams gets it over to Atlanta Smith. She's 0 for 2 from 3 already. McBride goes behind the screen. Nowhere to go. Right side to Nafisa. Nafisa pump fakes for three, drives, throws it out to Atlanta Smith. She drives, spins back to the left-hand side, fakes the pass over to Courtney, back to Atlanta, down to McBride. McBride goes up. Layup is good. Great ball movement there by the Lynx. K-Mac on the board. It's 4-2. Veronica Burton with the ball. Comes off the screen going left. Cross court to Kyla Charles. Kyla Charles dribbles into the paint. Floater, middle of the floor is good. Kyla Charles with the floater. It's 4-4. Ball over to Nafisa. Top of the key here. Nafisa left side to Bridget Carlton. Carlton drives right off that screen. Steps back over to Courtney. Courtney drives right. Probe dribble. Shoots that midi. Floater is up and good. Courtney Williams now with the floater is up and good. 6-4 Minnesota. Veronica Burton at the controls here. Top of the key. Veronica Burton dribbles right. Burton stops at the right elbow, dribbles back out, right side to Kyla Charles. She comes off the screen going to her left. Same move from before, goes up with the left hand and blocked by Atlanta Smith. Atlanta Smith with the rejection. 78th block of the season. Burton the inbound gets it in, tipped out by McBride. It stays. It's the referees are trying to see who it's off, and it's Minnesota ball. The tip does go off of the Valkyries ball with the Lynx. Nafisa gets it into McBride. 7:25 left in this first quarter. Lynx up 6-4. Courtney Williams with the ball comes off the screen. Jump pass to Kayla McBride. Pump fakes for three. Back out top to Williams. Williams drives left. Pass gets deflected. He makes his way to Carlton over to Nafisa with 6 on the clock. Over to Courtney. Courtney picks up her dribble. Out to Atlanta Smith for three. And she can't buy a three. That's 0 for 3 from 3 for Atlanta Smith. Ball over to Fagbenle. Fagbenle over to Salon. Right side of the floor. Rips through. Euro steps into the lane. Finds the cutting Burton. Goes up. Floater is up and good. Veronica Burton on the board here. She scores. Game tied at 6. Caleb McBride quickly up the court, comes off the screen. Midi is up and misses. Fight for the rebound, and it falls to Rupier. Rupier over to Burton. Burton to Salon. Salon, size advantage on Williams. Throws it out to Rupier, who pump fakes into the paint. Corner to Salon. Salon pump fakes. Sidestep. 3 off. In fact, Bentley offensive rebound. And Burton with the ball. Burton on the drive, and in fact, Bentley gets called for an offensive foul on the moving screen. So 6-6, 6:18 to go here in the first quarter. Ball in play here with the Lynx. Courtney Williams with the ball. Courtney Williams, right side of the floor, right to left crossover. Courtney Williams, mid-range jump shot, off. Nafisa with the rebound. Nafisa dribbles out to McBride. McBride, quick release for 3, and she's off. Kyla Charles with the rebound. Over to Burton. Burton, in and out dribble. Between the legs, dribbles left. Keeps her dribble alive, dribbles back right, over to Fag Bentley in the right corner. Fag Bentley, handoff to Burton. Burton, right baseline jump shot is up, trickles off. Courtney Williams with the rebound. Williams on the push here. Williams at the right elbow, out to Nafisa. Nafisa loads up, top of the key, 3. Nafisa Collier knocks down the 3. 9-6. I think Nafisa's trying to get that 50, 40, 90 season. They said she's right on the doorstep of it right now. I think the 3s is where she's lacking. Kayla McBride with the steal on Kyla Charles. Kayla McBride down the lane, stops, pump fakes, gets blocked, gets her own rebound, throws it out to Fee. Fee loads up for another 3, and she knocks down back-to-back 3s, Nafisa. That puts her over 40% from 3 on the season. It's 12-6 Minnesota. Hey, Mark, salute. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate that. Glad you could find the channel. You got Burton with the ball. Oh, left to right crossover on McBride, but Courtney Williams smacks it out of bounds. What a block by Courtney. Mads, what's going on? What a block by Courtney Williams. Sent that into the second row there. Veronica Burton with a nice left to right crossover on McBride. Gets into the paint, double clutches. Courtney Williams comes over and almost hits a photographer with that block. And we have a timeout here. 12-6 Lynx over the Valkyries. All right. So good first quarter so far. Good first quarter so far. So as you can see from the playoff scenarios, Valkyries with a win will be the 6th seed. The Fever will be the 7th seed. The Storm will be 8. Valkyries with a loss. The Fever move up to 6. Storm move up to 7. And the Valkyries drop down to 8. Let's take a look at the box score while we have some time here. Golden State, you got Ileana Rupier yet to score. Salon yet to score. You have 2 from Fag Bentley, 2 from Burton, and 2 from Kyla Charles. Off the bench, nobody has checked in yet and yet to score. They are shooting 3 for 8, 37% from the field, and they're 0 for 1 from 3. For Minnesota, you got Bridget Carlton with none, 8 for Nafisa, none for Alana Smith, 2 for McBride, and 2 for Courtney Williams. So Nafisa chasing that 50, 40, 90, which is 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the foul line. That's one of those stat lines for a season that is highly regarded. So she's in the running for that. The 2 3s she's made has put her over 40% from 3-point range. All right, so that's the score in this one. That's the score in this one, 12-6. We're gonna take a peek at some of these other games as they're going on. My Liberty are playing. I see it on the other screen here. Liberty up 13-4 on Chicago right now. I think this is just a little behind, waiting to catch up. Let's see who's putting in work here for New York so far. Balanced scoring: 1 for Leone, 2 for Brianna, 5 for Jonquel, none for Tosh, and 5 for Sabrina. And you have 2 for Cardoso and Banham for the Chicago Sky. Okay, so that's how it looks in that game. And you have Phoenix up 12-6 on Dallas. Broadcast is coming back, so I'm gonna switch back to that game. It's fan appreciation night at Target Center, so everybody's in their pink wigs to support the stud buds, I'm assuming. All right, so it is Valkyrie's ball here. Inbounding under their own basket, gets it over to Salon, right baseline, guarded by McBride. She dribbles, center of the floor, spins back over that shoulder, fall away jump shot is off, tip rebound by McBride goes to a Valkyrie player. Kyla Charles. Charles with the ball here. Wants to screen. It rejects it. Goes the opposite way. Snatchback dribble. Goes back left. Stop. Up and under. Baseline to Fact Benley for the jumper is off. Rupier with the offensive rebound. Another one for the Valkyries. Burton over to Salon, who pump fakes for three. Now takes a three and an air ball out of bounds. Salon, she's very streaky with the threes. She had a wide open lane for a two in the last game against the Storm. She decided to take a step back three with only down one. So that comes with experience. Lynx with the ball. Carlton over to McBride. Quick release for three is off. Atlanta Smith with the ball over to Courtney Wims, who pump fakes for three. She takes the midi and she misses. Rupier with the rebound. Lynx struggling from the field so far. Burton gets downhill, finds a cutting Fag Benley. Corner to Salon, wide open for three, and she misses. Fag Benley, another offensive rebound. Burton for three, and she misses. Another offensive rebound for the Valkyries. Fag Benley out to Rupier. She shoots a three, and she misses. Man, they can't throw a rock in the ocean from three. And the Lynx are just giving up offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Courtney Williams with the ball, gets it over to McBride, took her eyes off of it, but recovers it. McBride drives left, goes behind the back. Burton gets the steal on McBride. The Lynx just look out of sorts, and then a foul by Atlanta Smith. It's Brick City out there, Dion, seriously. They're hustling on the offensive glass, but it's just brick after brick after brick. I don't know what's going on. Ball and play here with the Valks. Burton over to Kyla Charles. Xander Lassini is checked in for the Valkyries for Salon. Ball back to Charles. Charles, right baseline jump shot is good. Kyla Charles with the jumper. And it's 12-8. Finally breaks that that scoreless run there by both teams. Liz, what's going on? Salute, salute. Happy end to the season day. Nafisa down the lane, finds Jessica Shepard. She skips through. Layup is up, and her first touch of the game is good. Jess Shepard with the layup assist to Nafisa. And it's 14-8. Burton over to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini with the ball. Jab step, dribbles right. Left to right crossover by Xander Lassini. Gets downhill against her former team, and they call an offensive foul by Xander Lassini on the push-off. So Xander Lassini played with the Lynx last season in that finals run. She was scooped up in the expansion draft by the Valkyries. Ball in play here with the Lynx after that turnover. Natisha Heidemann is checked in. Heidemann dribbles left, pulls back, nowhere to go. Guarded tightly, finds McBride. Over to Nafisa, left side of the floor. She faces up on Fag Bentley, goes into the post. One leg fall away, misses. Fight for the rebound. Xander Lassini picks it up. Xander Lassini finds Temi Fag Bentley, who dribbles back out. Back to Chechi. Chechi, step back, doesn't take it. Up top to Rupier. Over to Burton. Burton, top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Burton keeps the dribble alive. Finds Fag Bentley. High-low with Rupier. They call a foul there? Or they call another offensive foul on the Valkyries, this time on Rupier. So that's back-to-back offensive fouls by the Golden State Valkyries. Last one was on Fag Bentley. This one on Rupier. She was trying to seal Kayla McBride and catches her with the left elbow in the nose. McBride down to Nafisa, poked away by Fag Bentley, and the Valkyries have it. This is some sloppy hoops. Can't even lie. Kyla Charles for three. She misses. Shepard with the rebound. 0 for 6 from three. Shepard goes downhill, spins, throws it out to Heidemann, over to McBride. This is ugly hoops. Can't even lie. McBride over to Heidemann. Heidemann for three, and she buries it. Natisha Heidemann, left wing three is up and good. 17-8. We're going to look at the turnovers and the missed shots once we get a break here. But it's ugly hoops. Almost a minute to go here. Burton on the drop off to Benley over to Rupier, who pump fakes for three. Doesn't take it. Out to Kyla Charles. Charles on the drive. Finds Rupier on the roll, but overshoots her. Stolen by Carlton. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann in transition. Right side of the floor. They back off of her. And his ball is deflected out by Burton. 51 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Some ugly hoops here for the Valkyries. I guess I don't know. I don't think this is the matchup they want. So I would be giving it my all in this game to keep it a 100 with you. Kliandakova checks in, and Courtney Williams checks back in for the Lynx. And Courtney Williams turns it over as she just checks back in. Stolen by Burton. Burton comes across half court. Left side to Charles. Up top to Burton. Burton goes behind the back. Goes it back out to Charles. Charles on the drive. Steps back. Foul line. Jump shot short. Williams with the rebound. This is nasty, nasty, nasty. Courtney Williams with the ball. Over to Heidemann. Corner to Carlton. Carlton on the drive. Gets cut off. Back up top to Courtney. 10 on the shot clock. Drives left. Courtney Williams. Left elbow jump shot. Misses. Rupier with the rebound. Valkyries will hold for the last shot here. 10 seconds on the clock. 9, 8, 7. Burton. Oh, in and out dribble. Almost lost Heidemann. Loses it, though. Gets it over to Rupier. Contested three off the back rim. Carlton gets the rebound, and that's how the quarter ends. Yucky hoops. Ugly hoops. Sloppy hoops. And on the final day of the season for the Valkyries here. Lynx up 17-8 at the end of the first. Whoops. Let's scroll down and see what in the world is going on here, because it is not looking good out there. It's just brick squad out there. Jeez. So you got Rupier with none, Salon with none, 2 for Fagbenle, 2 for Burton, and 4 for Kyla Charles. Nobody off the bench has scored. They're shooting 4 for 18, 22% from the field. 22%. They're shooting 0 for 7 from 3 for 0%. And they haven't been to the line. And they have 6 turnovers as a team as well. This is nasty work. For Minnesota, Carlton with none. You got 8 from Nafisa, none from Atlanta Smith, 2 for McBride, and 2 for Courtney Williams. Off the bench, Heidemann with 3. Shepard with 2. Kliandakova hasn't scored. They're shooting 38.9% from the field, 37% from 3. And that's the score in this one. So that's the end of the second quarter, getting ready shortly. Salute to everybody who's joining the watch along. Final day of the regular season for the 2025 WNBA season. Playoffs will start on Sunday. All 4 series will begin on Sunday. Let's take a look at these other games that are going on right now. So currently the Liberty at the end of the first are up 28-11 on the Chicago Sky. The Liberty are locked in at the 5 seed. So nothing really to play for, just chemistry, and since they're getting all their players back healthy. So for New York, you got Leonie Fibich with 3, 8 for Brianna Stewart, 5 for Jonquil Jones, 7 for Sabrina Ionescu, and none for Natasha Cloud yet. Off the bench, you have Burke with 2 and 3 for Rebecca Gardner. For Chicago, you got Rebecca Allen with none for Onyenwere, 4 for Cardoso, 2 for Banham, 3 for Kia Nurse, and 2 for Westbeld off the bench. Chicago shooting 14% from 3 on 1 of 7 shooting. New York from the field overall shooting 11 for 19, 57%. So that is the score in that one. Let's take a look at this Phoenix game. Phoenix up 28-23 on Dallas right now at the end of the first. Let's see who's putting in work. Oh, Satu with 9. I maybe should have started Satu. 1 for Alyssa Thomas, 9 for Satu, 2 for Mac, 5 for Copper, 3 for Akoa Makani. The starters for Dallas, you got Seegers with 2, Jones with 2, Hines Allen with 5, 5 for Paige Beckers, 2 for Grace Berger, and 7 for Isaiah James off the bench. All right, so back for the second quarter here. Second quarter has started with the Valkyries. Xander Lassini for 3, and they continued their ineptitude from distance. Rebound to the Valkyries. I mean, to the Minnesota Lynx. Lineup on the floor is Billings, Burton, Rupert, Charles, and Xander Lassini for the Valks. Courtney Williams gets it out to Heidemann. Heidemann pump fake, snatchback dribble. Back to Courtney, back to Heidemann. Bounce pass to Shepard. Shepard double clutches, goes up and scores. Wow, what a play there by the Minnesota Lynx with the shot clock running down. Jessica Shepard with a double clutch for the layup. Ball with the Valkyries. Xander Lassini dribbles off her foot and out of bounds. Another turnover here. So the lineup on the floor for the Lynx are the stud buds, Heidemann and Williams. You got Kleondakova, Shepard, and Carlton. Bridget Carlton comes off the screen, foul line, jump shot, too strong. Kleondakova with the rebound. Oh, they leave her open under the basket. She goes up, left hand layup is good. 21-8. Yeah, Mad, so many games going on. You got 3 games going on at the moment, but this one is the most important. Monique Billings down the lane and gets fouled on the drive by Kleondakova. Valkyries will shoot their first free throws of the game. Oh yeah, I know NFL is your thing, Mads. I'm not really too locked in. So it's Mo Billings at the line for 2 free throws, and she makes the first. Any subs happening? Oh, Carla Late, the French woman, I should say, comes in. I think for Xander Lassini there. Monique, second free throw is up. She knocks down the second free throw. It's 21-10. Ball in play here with the Lynx. They get it up court to Courtney Williams. Back to Heidemann, top of the key. Calls out the play. Gets the screen from Kleondakova. Picks up her dribble, finds Courtney Williams. She tries to drop it off to Shepard, and the tip almost goes into the basket, but the Valkyries pick it up. Xander Lassini with the ball. Oh, she came in for, I don't know who she came in for. Xander Lassini shoots the foul line jump shot and knocks it down. So 21-12. The Italian, just coming back from injury. I think this is her second game back. Jessica Shepard, middle of the floor, tries to attack in the paint, and she travels. Good help defense there by Burton. She dug down there while Shepard was backing down and forces that turnover. So it is Valkyrie's ball. Let's see if they can get another basket here to make this game a little bit more interesting. Ball in play here with the Valks. Burton over to Bentley, over to Late. Late on the right-hand drive. Late down the lane, goes up for the right-hand layup, and it was a little short. Rebound by the Lynx. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann drives right, tries to pass it out, and Burton with another steal. Veronica Burton gets the steal, and then she almost turns it over, but it goes right out of bounds, luckily. Man, this is some sloppy stuff going on out here, y'all. 21-12, 7:38 to go in this first half. Burton inbound in front of the Lynx bench. Burton, and they call a foul before the pass was inbounded, so that's an automatic free throw. I think Kleondakova is going to get subbed out. Cheryl Reeve not happy there. So that's a one-shot technical free throw for a foul before the inbound. Burton at the line, and she knocks down the free throw. 21-13. 8-point game. Kleondakova goes to the bench. So the Lynx, the Valkyries will have it sideline out of bounds play to run here. So Burton inbound in that same spot. Another substitution may be happening. Rupier goes out and Salon comes in. So French woman for French woman. Ball in play. Gets over to Zandalcini for a quick three and misses. The threes have just not been falling for them. It's 21-13. Lynx with the ball. Courtney Williams, top of the key here. Lynx drives right. Williams, nowhere to go. Up top to Heidemann. Heidemann, left hand dribble. Heidemann, drive. They leave her alone. She goes up for the left, and left hand lay is good for Natisha Heidemann. That's her 5th point of the game. Nafisa. Is Nafisa back in the game? Yeah, Nafisa and Kayla McBride are back in the game for the Lynx. Burton with the ball. I feel like she hasn't even taken a rest. Hand off to Zandalcini. Picks up her dribble out to Burton. Burton, in and out dribble. Burton down the lane, throws up the floater, tries to go glass, can't get it. Rebound to Minnesota. Kayla McBride with it. Over to Heidemann. Left side of the floor. Nafisa wanted it in the post, but they get it to her on the left baseline. Nafisa in the post against Salon. Backs down, spins back left, goes under the basket, throws it out to McBride. Ball deflected and stolen again. Active hands by the Valkyries. Another steal. And Salon with it. Over to Burton. 4 turnovers in the quarter for the Lynx. Only 1 for the Valkyries, but they just can't buy a 3. Fact Bentley throws it over to Late with 6 on the clock. Carla Late, step back. 3, high arcer, air ball. And they throw it off of Minnesota. That should be 1 second left on the shot clock here. They really can't buy a 3, y'all. That's what it is. They cannot buy a 3. They're like 0 for 10 from 3. I just guessed it, and I was right. 0 for 10 from 3. Late to Fact Bentley. I don't think she got it off in time. Oh, but she might. They're probably going to review it. She knocks down the 3. So for the time being, it's 23-16. They hit their first 3. For the moment, it counts. I don't know if she got it off in time. Temi Fact Bentley. Nafisa with the ball. Nafisa on the drive. Stops at the foul line. Out to Courtney. Down to Fee in the post. They send a double team. Fee over to McBride. McBride for 3. And she misses. Rebound to Zandalcini. Over to Kyla Charles. Let's see what the Valkyries can do now. Kyla Charles gets it down to Fact Bentley. Back out to Kyla. Kyla drives right. Kyla Charles picks up her dribble. Out to Zandalcini on the move. Hangs and hits. Rattles down the mid-range jump shot. And it's 23-18. Zandalcini getting back familiar with this court where she's played last season. It's 23-18. Kayla McBride over to Atlanta Smith. Shoots the jump shot off. Rebound to Salon. Valkyries on a nice run here. They got to play as if that 3 didn't count because I don't think it counted. Fact Bentley with the slow release. Carla Late tries to drop it off to Fact Bentley. Turnover. Atlanta Smith with the steal. Courtney Williams down the lane. Goes up and scores the lay. And a timeout called here by the Valkyries. So they were doing so well, getting stops and finishing on the other end. You get 1 turnover and it leads to a layup for Minnesota. So 25-18 with 4:51 to go in the second quarter. Okay, it looks like New York is up 31-19 on Chicago in that other game. Let's see what the Mercury are doing. Mercury 35-30, up 5 on Dallas right now. Let's see what Paige is. Paige playing? Yeah, Paige has 5 points. Got Maisha Hines Allen with 7. I did start her over Sabli, so I need her to get me a triple double or something. But Satu has 11, man. I might have screwed myself, but we'll see. So scoring that one is 35-30. Phoenix is currently on top. The Liberty are up 10, 31-21. As they just turned the ball over there. Now 31-23. Chicago outscoring the Liberty 12-3 in the quarter. So it doesn't matter if the game matters or not. Liberty and the second quarters are always a roller coaster. It's either the second or the third quarter. Remember, no Angel Reese, no Ariel Atkins for the Chicago Sky for their home, their season ender. All right, so we're still in commercial here. Salute to everybody who's joining the stream. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. Fill out the poll. Who do you think is going to win this game? Will it be the Valkyries, who need this game to move to sixth place, or will it be the Minnesota Lynx, who don't really need the game but want to go into the postseason with a win? You see the playoff scenarios there on your screen. Valkyries in sixth with a win will drop down to eighth with a loss. Oh, they got Sylvia Fowles there at the game. Lynx legend, Lynx champion, Hall of Famer. She's over here tossing out basketballs to the crowd on Fan Appreciation Night. Dion said, finally a YouTuber that's not a Chicago Sky fan. No, sir. No, sirree. No Chicago Sky fan here, my friend. Kyle Lennon said, I think Ellie should be in Chicago with the Liberty for the game. Nah. Nah, Ellie can get ready for our one playoff game at home in the first round. Oh, so that 3-pointer did not count for the Valkyries. I said it wasn't going to count. So they're still 0 from 3, and they miss another one with Xander Lassini, but get an offensive rebound. That's the way to beat the Lynx, I'm assuming. Just keep getting offensive rebounds. They don't look like they want to do it. Salon now steps back for 3, and she misses that one. Jeez, they brick squad from 3. My goodness. A 10-point game here, 25-15. Ball over to Carlton. Over to McBride. McBride, quick release for 3, and she answers. Sends a prayer to the heavens saying, thank God I made one. And now 28-15. That's her 102nd three-pointer of the season, they said on the broadcast for Kayla McBride. Xander Lassini over to Late. Late over to Kyla Charles. Valkyries 0 for 12 from 3, and they keep putting them up there. Kyla Charles, crossover, right to left, left to right, bounces into the lane, misses the layup. Salon gets another offensive rebound over to Fag Benley, wide open. Baseline jump shot is up and good. So Fag Benley with the right baseline jumper is 28-17. Ball over to Atlanta Smith. Smith to Nafisa. Ball gets stolen and fouled there by Atlanta Smith. And they say it's a transition take foul by Atlanta Smith. So that's free throws and the ball. Nine turnovers for the Valkyries, 8 from Minnesota. So Xander Lassini hits the free throw. Atlanta Smith goes to the bench. It looked like she about to cry. I don't know if she's in pain or something, but she looked like she about to cry on the bench. Ball and play here with the Valkyries. Late over to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini with the ball. She spins off of Kayla McBride, dribbles back out, jump pass, stupid pass, turnover. Courtney Williams with the steal, goes coast to coast. Layup is up and good. Courtney Williams with the lay. Another steal and finish for Courtney. Cardinal sin of basketball, jumping and passing. And another, even worse, she did like a pirouette in the air and tried to pass it. Xander Lassini with the ball. Guarded by Nafisa. Nafisa dives on the floor, tips it out of bounds. They say it's Valkyrie's ball. I don't think Xander Lassini should be at the controls right now. Courtney Williams will go to the bench as we have a timeout by the Lynx. Right, man. She really did. She jumped up, spun in midair, and threw a blind pass right to Courtney Williams, who finishes. So she might get the assist for that. So we're in a timeout here. 30-18. That's the score. The three that Fagbenle hit in the first quarter got erased due to it being after the shot clock. So you got the Valkyries, 4 for Fagbenle, 4 for Charles, 3 for Burton, 5 for Xander Lassini, and 2 for Mo Billings. They're shooting 0 for 12 from 3. Crazy. Nafisa with 8. 6 for Courtney Williams, 5 for Kayla McBride. Then the bench has all scored. Heidemann with 5, Shepard with 4, and 2 for Cleon Dakova. Yeah. Yeah. But she plays for the other team, my friend. 30-18 is the score. We'll take a look at these other games here. New York up 41-31, 43-33. I guess my broadcast is just behind. Yeah, my broadcast is like 20 seconds behind here. (43-33) is the score there in New York. Well, in Chicago, playing New York. Yeah, Deanna, I get you, my boy. I get you. Dallas up 42-40 on Phoenix. Let me see. They're outscoring Phoenix 17-12 in the quarter. What's happening here? What's happening here? 14 for Isaiah James off the bench, the rookie out of NC State, trying to end her season with a bang. Got 8 for Okonkwo, the hardship contract. Everybody in their starting lineup has scored. Look at Dallas. So we got 44-43 in that Wings Phoenix game. That's interesting. Dallas trying to end their nightmare of a season, their injury-filled season, with a bang here. Right, broadcast is coming back here. Broadcast is coming back. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. We'll be on all night. Matt said you should have went to that Dallas game. Basket was made by Kyla Charles. They came out of their little highlight package, and I missed the layup, but Kyla Charles finishes. It's a 10-point game, 30-20. Williams finds Nafisa. Nafisa's wide open, going to her left. Midi is good. Nafisa knocks it down. 4 for 5 from the field for Fee. 32-20. Kyla Charles over to Burton. Burton drives right off the screen. Burton into the paint, throws it out to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini down to Fagbenle, spins off Shepard. Shepard stays with her. In the post, goes up, pump fakes, hook shot, trickles off, and scores. Trickles in, I should say, and scores. Ball with the Valkyries is 32-22. Fagbenle with that point. She's at 6. Courtney Williams gets it down to Jessica Shepard. The Valkyries are in the zone here. They get to the middle of the zone, throw it out to Carlton for a left corner 3, and she misses. Rebound to Kyla Charles. Charles, right to left crossover, gets downhill, gets the ball stolen by Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams goes behind the back, crosses half court. Goes behind the back again, comes off the screen from Fee. Finds Fee. Fee, mid-range jump shot, nothing but the bottom. So 11 turnovers for the Valkyries. That's a points off turnovers here for the Lynx. 34-22. Nafisa hooping in her last game of the regular season, trying to make her last case for MVP. Burton down the lane. Right-hand scoop is off. Shepard with the rebound. Shepard crosses half court. Gets it up top to Carlton. Carlton over to Williams. Williams, top of the key here, dancing with it. Calls for the screen from Fee. Gets the screen going left. Courtney out to Fee. Fee pump fakes the pass. Gets it over to McBride in the corner, guarded by Xander Lassini. Tries to get it down to Shepard and stolen by the Valkyries. Kyla Charles with the steal. She's been all over. Over to Fagbenle. Fagbenle up top to Burton. Burton gets the screen from Charles. Going to her right. They call a moving screen by Charles. Another turnover by the Valkyries. What up, Carmelo? This is random, but I find it funny since the article Sloot has been on the bench. The last 3 games have been MIA all season. This guy really trying to sell her as the franchise player. Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of Sky games, but if that's true, and due to all the stuff that's been going on, yeah, trying to sell her as the future is short-sighted. But McBride misses. Shepard gets the offensive rebound. She misses. Gets the rebound. Gets the ball stolen. 4 seconds. 3. Kyla Charles for 3, and that just summarizes their whole half. Another missed 3 hits the bottom of the net from the outside, and the half has mercifully arrived for the Valkyries. Jeez, 34-22. 22 points in a half of basketball. 22 points in 20 minutes of basketball. Nasty hoops here for the Valkyries. 34-22. Let's take a look here at the box score. I'm gonna go back to that Sloot stuff in a second while we have some time at the half. Let me get my halftime timer ready. Sierra, what up? Good to see you. Good to see you. 15 minutes for halftime starts now. Halftime starts now. All right, so this game is ugly for the Valkyries, to keep it 100 with you. We got 0 for Salon, 0 for Rupier, 6 for Fagbenle, 6 for Charles, 3 for Burton. Off the bench, 5 for Zandalicini, 2 for Monique. They're shooting 0 for 13 from 3, and they keep putting them up there. I don't know what else to say. 0 for 13, 9 for 33 from the field. And they have 11 turnovers. You got to pick a struggle. Like, seriously, got to pick a struggle. Minnesota, you got Fee with 12. She's 5 for 6. She's knocked down 2 threes. She currently is shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the line this season. That's one of those holy grail stats there. 6 for Courtney Williams with 2 steals and 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Kayla McBride with 5. Off the bench, Shepard with 4 and 4, 5 for Heidemann, and 2 for Maria Kliendakova. Yeah, how much money does this dude make? This Simon Says guy. I see this guy everywhere. Like, I wonder how much they pay him to come and do this for the halftime shows. Sorry, that was just a random tangent, but this guy, Simon Says, man. Anyways, let's take a look at these other games that are going on. Look at the Dallas Wings, y'all. 54-45 with 43 to go in the second. Let me not get too hyped. They probably benched the starters again like they did in the fourth quarter of the last game. Let me take a look, see who's on the floor here on my other screen. Nah, they got Alyssa Thomas still in the game. Nah, they playing, people. Alyssa Thomas, 12 minutes, 10 for Mac, 12 for Satu, 11 for Kalia. Nah, they playing, people. But 57-45, interesting. We got Satu with 11. You got Alyssa Thomas with 3 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. No triple-double for her tonight. 2 for Mac, 5 for Copper, 6 for Akol Makani. Off the bench, got Brown with 8, 4 for Westbelt, 5 for Held. Dion says, Asia definitely does average that in points. Probably more. Probably like 24, 23 and a half or something. For Dallas, Haley Jones with 2, 4 for Segrist, 7 for Hines Allen, 15 for Page with 4 assists on 6 of 10 shooting, 4 for Grace Berger. Off the bench, Isaiah James with 14, 11 for Amy Okonkwo. So their bench is putting in work here. 25 points from their bench. And they're up 57 now, 47. 57-47 at the half for the Dallas Wings. Trying to end their season with a 10th win. 10-34 if they can get the win. Let's go back to the Liberty game. I think that game's at half. Liberty went on a run to end that quarter. They're up 56-42. Let me mute this guy. I'm tired of hearing him say Simon says up, Simon says down, Simon says up. Like, bro. 56-42. Liberty, they were getting outscored like 3-12 in the second quarter. They come back and they only get outscored by 3, 31-28. No defense optional in that second quarter for both teams. For the Liberty, you got Brianna Stewart with 16, Leonie Fibich with 3, 5 for Jonquel Jones. I should have benched her at this rate. 11 for Sabrina Ionescu with 7 assists, so she's on double-double watch. 2 for Natasha Cloud. Off the bench, Mieseman with 10 and 5 rebounds. 2 for Burke, 7 for Rebecca Gardner. Liberty shooting 55% from the field, 38% from 3, 9 for 11 from the line, and they only have 2 turnovers. Look at that. And Chicago, you know what's going on with them. Onyenwere, the ex-Liberty player with 5 points. 3 for Beck Allen, another ex-Liberty player. 11 for Camila Cardoso. 6 for Rachel Banham. And 8 for another Liberty player, ex-Liberty player, Kia Nurse. Maddie Westbell, the rookie, with 9 off the bench. And Sevgi Uzun with 0. All right. So that is the scores for the games that are currently on right now. All the games have gone to halftime, so we have no hoops to watch at the moment. We could cycle back here. Let me refresh this, make sure the scores are up to date. All the scores are up to date now. Alrighty, so as you can see, standings on the top right of your screen. Standings on the right side, top right of your screen here. Minnesota locked in at 1. Phoenix locked in at 4. Liberty locked in at 5. As the night goes on, once these games go final, I'll update the bracket with the teams when we find out. If the Valkyries lose, for those just joining, if the Valkyries lose this game, they will drop down to the 8th seed and will play the Minnesota Lynx in the first round. The Indiana Fever will move over to the 6th seed, and they will wait who they play in the later game. And same thing for Seattle. They will move to 7, and we'll find out who they play in the later game as well. As you can see, the Vegas Aces have one more game tonight. They will play the LA Sparks, who are officially eliminated as of last game. So once we'll see if the Sparks try to play spoiler and break the Aces 15-game winning streak and stop them from getting the 2 seed, or the Aces will win, get the 2 seed, and they'll play whoever is 7. And the Dream will drop down to 3 and play who's ever 6. So for the playoffs, the first round is a best of 3 series for those new to the W. First round is a best of 3 series, so first to win 2 games. It used to be a 2-1 format, meaning the higher seed would play 2 games at home, and then if it goes to a third game, that 1 game would be on the road. I don't think I've ever seen it go to that third game in the first round, if my memory serves me right. Maybe one time, but I don't think so. But as of after last season, they changed it to a 1-1-1 format, meaning 1 game at the higher seed, 1 game at the lower seed, and if it goes to a game 3, 1 game back at the higher seed. So that ensures every team gets a home game, at least 1 home game in the playoffs. And then the semifinals is the best of 5 series, so first to win 3 games. That hasn't changed from the last couple seasons. And the WNBA finals has changed. It is now a best of 7. So it's a 2-2-1-1-1 format. So 2 at the higher seed, 2 at the lower seed, and if it keeps going, 1 at higher, 1 at lower, and game 7 would be at the higher seed place. So more games in the playoffs this season. We'll see who the best team standing is left. Liz says, what's the longest win streak in the W? I think it's about 19 games, I want to say. 19 games. Let me verify longest win streak in the WNBA history. I think it's 19 games if I remember. It's the It's 18. They won 18 consecutive regular season games en route to a championship back in 2001. Yeah, I was pretty close. I said 19, but it was 18. The Phoenix Mercury back in 2014 had a 16-game win streak. The Houston Comets back in 98 had a 15-game win streak. And now the Aces are tied with them for the longest win streak in the W. Before that, it was Connecticut back in 2021 with 14, and then Minnesota with 13 in 2016. Yeah, I remember NBA's 33. My Heat almost got close. We had like 28, 27, 28. I remember that. Liz says I like LA too. Big fan of KP and Kim. Kylan said they changed the first round format so the lower seed can get a home. Yeah. Jason, what's going on? I hope Storm play Lynx or Aces. Yeah, I want the Storm to play. I actually do want the Storm to play the Lynx, but it's not looking like that due to the Valkyries over here stinking it up right now. It's unfortunate. Yeah, Liz. Really, yeah, I can't even hate. I want to hate the Aces, but I can't even hate. 15 straight wins after looking dead in the water the first half of the season. Yeah, you can only just salute it. I just gotta salute it. You can only salute. All right, we got about 5 minutes left for halftime. Got about 5 minutes left. Salute to everybody hanging around here on the watch along. We'll be back on Sunday for playoff action. They haven't announced what teams will. I guess once the seeding is solidified, they'll announce what teams are gonna play in what time slots. So we're still on the lookout for that. Still on the lookout for that. Let me go to the so people can know the dates of things. If I can, there we go. Pull this up. Yeah, where did I move that to? My screen. There we go. I said, and where browser? Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, I think that's this one. Nope, it's not it either. Where did I move that to? I don't even know where I moved things to. I changed my format. I think it's this though. I just have to change it. But it is what it is. I don't know where it is. I'll have to find it. I was messing around with stuff trying to change my format and I screwed some things up, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. Oh, I think this is it. I wanted to show you guys the format for the playoffs. Where is it? Google Chrome. There we go. Found it. Paste to label stuff, people. Paste to label stuff. There we go. So, this is the format for the playoffs here. So all 4 series will begin on September 14th. There'll be a game at 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, and then 10 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be trying to do as many of these games as possible, especially the Liberty game. So whenever the Liberty play, I'll be in tune. Then 2 of the first round series will will continue on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday, the other 2 will happen, 7:30 and 9:30. And then if it goes to a third game, those that played on Tuesday will play on Thursday, 7:30 to 9 and 9:30, and then Friday for those other that played on Wednesday, 7:30 and 9:30. And then round 2 begins the following Sunday on September 21st. So as you can see, all the games are on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC. So none of these games will be on League Pass to watch live. I just want people to know that. You will not be able to watch any of these games live on League Pass in the United States. So if you live in the 50 states and probably Canada too, you will not be able to watch these live on League Pass. Everything is ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC. If you want to watch the archive of it after it's done, then you can watch it on League Pass. All right, so remember, on this Sunday, the playoffs start. All 4 series will begin. Hopefully, right after the final game, they'll announce what the schedule will be and what teams will be playing where. That'll determine what games I stream. And they even got this pink wig on this dog at this game. I'm sorry, I just got distracted. I looked up and I seen a dog with a pink wig on. All right, still at halftime here. I think my clock is a little behind. I think it's about 45 seconds now, so I was just a tad bit behind. 34-22 is the score. 34-22. Chanel, salute for the super chat. Lynx win. Yeah, it's looking like that. It is looking that way. I always forget this dude is an assistant coach here. Eric Tebow. He was the head coach of the Washington Mystics last season. I keep forgetting he's now on the Minnesota coaching staff once the Mystics cleared house. Sierra with some information here. I think Hulu has ESPN and a trial for people to find it the cheapest. I remember when fans wore the Horace Grant goggles. Yeah. It's funny what teams cook up for fans to support the players or to, I guess, give them support in that way. All right, people. Halftime is over. Thanks for bearing with me through the halftime report. I hope you got some good information and some entertainment as well as we start the third quarter. Minnesota in cruise control, even though they're playing pretty bad. But we'll see if they can hold on. Valkyries with the ball. Let's see if they can hit their first 3 of the game. Burton over to Salon. Salon gets fouled by McBride. And I think Kayla McBride's about to get attacked for the wave off on the ref. So technical free throw for Veronica Burton. She knocks it down. When you can't hit threes, you'll take free points. 34-23. So now it is Valkyrie's ball again, sideline to inbound, gets it into Charles. Over to Burton. Burton with the rock. Burton, top of the key, over to Rupier. Up top to Charles. Charles with 5 on the clock. Charles with 4 on the clock. Nowhere to go with it. Finds Burton. Burton has to get it up, throws it up for 3, and they miss again. Fight for the rebound, gets tipped out, and it's out of bounds on the Valkyries. Lynx basketball. 0 for 13 from 3 now. Or 0 for 14. I can't remember, but they haven't made one. Ball in play here with the Lynx. 34-23. Ball over to Bridget Carlton. Looking for Kayla McBride. They screen off Nafisa. Nafisa for 3. Oh, Nafisa 3 for 3 from 3. Not afraid to shoot the 3. She's 3 for 3. 37 for 23. 37-23. Not 4-23, excuse me. Kyla Charles with the ball. She drives down the lane. Double clutches. Misses the layup. Fight for the rebound. Almost tipped in by Salon. But picked up by Nafisa. Nafisa pushing it by herself. Crosses half court. Fakes the handoff and then loses the ball. Turnover here. Veronica Burton with only Courtney Williams in her sight. She goes up, reaching by Courtney Williams. And it's a foul. So Williams with the foul on Burton. Burton at the line for 2 free throws. Burton hits the first. Yeah, this is ugly hoops for the Valkyries. Will I see a team go 0 for the game? I should take bets on that. 51% of y'all say Lynx. I'm going to end this poll before y'all tie it up again. I always forget to end the poll at halftime. I just did. 51% of y'all say Lynx. 48% say Valkyries. We'll see. Bridget Carlton with the ball. Over to McBride. Down to Nafisa. Nafisa in the post. That's a push-off. That should travel. Shoots the fall away and scores anyway. Nafisa thought she was getting fouled. It looked like she traveled and pushed off, but she shoots the fall away and knocks it down. Rupier, hand off to Charles. Charles into the paint. Floater is up and good. Kyla Charles right down Main Street lays it in. 39-27. Valkyries just hanging around this 10 to 14 point range as McBride comes off the screen for three, misses. Charles with the rebound. Charles was a good pickup. She's all over the boards, hustle plays. You love to see it, trying to make her way in this league. They call another moving screen here by the Valkyries. That's like the 5th moving screen I've seen by them today. That's a push off by Nafisa, and she traveled. But they don't call it. Ball and play here. I'll take it. She's on my fantasy team, so I need the points. Over to Courtney Williams. Mid-range jump shot short. Rebound by Rupier. Fag Bentley in the corner. Doesn't take it. Hand off to Salon. Salon pump fakes for three. Salon down the lane. Gets into the paint. Double clutches. Tries to go glass and gets fouled by Alana Smith. Yeah, Dion, you're right, but you gotta see that one. Or you gotta call the push off. That's a double whammy right there. The Valkyries need all the points they can get. Salon at the line. Free throw is up and brick. Salon's second one is up. And she rattles that one in. So it's 39-28, 11-point game. Ball over to Fee. Over to McBride. Up top to Smith. Smith left side to Bridget. Bridget guarded tightly. Almost gets it stripped away. Down to Nafisa. Nafisa in the post. Back out to Bridget. Bridget drives into the paint. Hook pass over to Fee. She steps back for a three. Pump fakes. Drives baseline. Throws it out to Williams. Over to K-Mac. K-Mac for three. Brick. Off the back rim. And Salon gets the offensive rebound. Salon with the ball. Slows it down. Gets it over to Charles. Left side to Burton. Burton's been pretty quiet. Cross court pass to Fag Bentley, but a foul there by Courtney Williams on that. Burton the inbound. Burton gets it into Salon. Salon with the crossover. And McBride runs into a screen. They call another offensive foul on the screen. That's one on Fag Bentley. Looked like Fag Bentley was standing still. Oh, no, she was moving. She was moving. Ball in play here with the Lynx. Courtney Williams with the top of the key. Valkyries just can't get out of their own way. They just keep fouling on offense. Bridget Carlton over to McBride. Up top to Williams. Williams for three. Short. Long rebound to Nafisa. Back over to Williams. Williams comes off the screen. Hook pass over to Fee. Fee loads up a three and she misses. Fight for the rebound. Salon gets it. That's her first miss from three. She's 3 for 4. Burton pass over to Rupier. Corner to Charles. Charles drives left. Nowhere to go. Still has the control of it. Oh, left to right crossover. Loses the ball though. And stolen by the Lynx. Another turnover. Courtney Williams with it. Right side. Over to Bridget. Bridget loads up for a three. Misses. Charles with the rebound. Kyla Charles over to Burton. Burton with the ball. Burton right to left crossover. Gets downhill. Gets blocked by Alana Smith and out of bounds. Alana Smith, 3 blocks, 3 fouls. 39-28, Minnesota on top here. Valkyries. I don't really know what they got going on. They don't look good right now. But they aren't not the best road team as Xander Lassini comes off the bench, comes off this curl, and knocks down the baseline jump shot. 9-point game. They're playing bad, but they're only down 9. If the three was falling, it would be a much different story, but they're finding another way right now. Heidemann with the ball. Tries to bounce pass it to Shepard, who doesn't roll all the way. It's a turnover. Pass to Salon from Fagbenle. Salon in the post against McBride. Dream Shake goes up. Scoop layup gets fouled by McBride. Salon and McBride going at it here. McBride trying to be aggressive. That's a foul on McBride. Left hand reach there. Salon at the line for 2 free throws. Let's see if she can bury these. Salon hits the first. And Salon knocks down both. 7-point game here. 39-32. 39-32. Ball over to Shepard. Over to McBride. McBride. Left side to Heidemann. Heidemann drives middle of the floor. Out to McBride. McBride for 3. Yo, she can't. Yo, she's stinking it up from 3 too. Rebound to the Valkyries. 39-32. Burton with the ball. Burton drops it off to Rupier on the roll. Layup is up and good. And the Valkyries don't look now. It's a 5-point game with 5 minutes left in the third. And a timeout. I think a timeout was called by the Minnesota Lynx. Golden State stinking it up from 3, but it's a 5-point game here. 12-5 in the quarter for the Golden State Valkyries, even though they can't hit a 3. They are 0 for 14 from 3. But look, they within 5. 3 for Salon with 6 rebounds. 2 for Rupier. 6 for Fagbenle. 6 for Burton with 5 assists. 4 steals for her as well. 8 for Kyla Charles. She does have 5 turnovers, however, but does have 7 rebounds. Off the bench, Xander Lassini with 7, 2 for Billings. They're shooting 0 for 14 from 3. Their O boards have really been keeping them in. It's 7 O boards for them. And they have 14 turnovers. So they're playing defense and rebounding the ball. That's been their saving grace in this one. Nafisa with 17. They have 2 starters who haven't scored. 5 for McBride, 6 for Williams. Shepard with 4, 5 for Heidemann, and 2 for Kleondakova. They're shooting 26% from 3 on 5 of 19 shooting. That's a lie. They haven't shot a free throw. Is that truth? There's no way. They haven't shot a free throw? Yeah, that's truth. The Lynx have not shot a free throw in this game. I have to go check another website. That's crazy. And they have 11 turnovers. Very uncharacteristic of the Lynx. Wow. That's very interesting. So it's 39-34, 5-point game. Liberty, if I take a look at this game here, Liberty up 66-49 on Chicago. And as I say that, looks like Kia Nurse just hit a shot. 66-51. Let's take a look at the other games here. Mercury getting absolutely walked here, 68-52. I hope he dragged the starters. Let me see what he got out there. You got Satu out there with Copper. So you got 3 of your starters out there. So he hasn't pulled the starters yet, but they just getting worked right now. 68-52 in the third quarter. Who's putting in work? Page with 18, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 for Segrist, and then their bench. Okay. 39-34. Broadcast coming back on for the Valkyries. They've cut it down to 5. They have cut it down to 5. Ball in play with McBride. McBride at the 3-point line. Bounce pass to Fee. Fee with the ball. Corner to Shepard. Shepard drives baseline, goes up, gets fouled, and 1. Jessica Shepard. Foul by Fagbenle. So good play out of the timeout to get a foul and a layup. Fagbenle went for the steal, gave up the baseline, and she hooks up her arms. That's a foul. So, so Shepard at the line for the 3-point play. Now, this is their first free throw. I just said they hadn't shot any free throws. This is their first free throw of the game, and Shepard knocks it down. So 42-34. Ball in play here with Zandalicini. Over to Rupier. Rupier with the ball. Guarded over to Burton. Burton. Crossover on Heidemann. Into the paint. Throws up the floater. Can't get it. Gets her own rebound. Throws it out to Salon. Salon. Wide open three. Misses. Rupier. Offensive rebound. Throws it out to Zandalicini. She pump fakes. Gets into the lane. Gets the foul on Heidemann. And now Zandalicini will go to the line for free throws. Sierra said, Jay, we need to start using your powers of jinx. Seriously, I just said they haven't shot a free throw. First play out of the timeout, they shoot their first free throw. Crazy how that works, right? Zandalicini at the line. First free throw is up and short. So it's 42-34. Second one is up, and she knocks down the second. 42-35. 4 minutes to go in the third. Heidemann with the rock, left side of the floor. Heidemann, left to right crossover. Picks up her dribble, goes over to K-Mac. K-Mac on the left wing, throws it down to Fee. And a foul there by Fag Bentley, playing a little extra defense there. Yeah, you see that, you see this foolishness they got on their heads in the arena. Fag Bentley with 4 fouls, she's gonna have to go take a seat on the bench. Monique Billings will come back in. Ball in with Shepard. Shepard over to Heidemann. Heidemann pump fakes for 3. Step back. 3 is up and good. Heidemann 2 for 2 from 3. She's on my fantasy team. It's crazy. I got a lot of Minnesota Lynx players on my fantasy team. And the lead's back up to 10. They had cut it down to 5. Lynx respond. And it's a 10-point lead for the Lynx as a timeout called by the Valks. Let me check my fantasy team. Give me a second, y'all. Just want to check it right quick. Oh, so they have benched Alyssa Thomas and them. It said Kit Laxa, Kalani Brown start second half in place of Thomas and Mack. That sounds like a law firm. Let me see. Am I doing good? Oh, I'm in the lead currently. Looking good so far. But he still has Azare Stevens to play later. Shoot, I should have started Sato at this point. We'll see what happens. I'm only up by like 11 points, but we'll see. All right, ball about to come back and play here. It's still a 10-point game. Timeout was called by the Valkyries. All right, let's see what happens. Salon gets it into Burton. Let's see if they can cut back into this double-digit lead now. They had it down at 5 and then started doing foolishness. Billings over to Zandalicini. Zandalicini drives right baseline, dribbles back out to Salon. Salon stops. Fall away. Midi is up. Too strong. And Heidemann gets the defensive rebound. Heidemann on the push. Heidemann steps back for another 3. This time the other side. Short. Rebound to Salon. Over to Burton. Burton gets it over to Zandalicini, who walks into a 3 off the back rim. And this is the worst 3-point shooting display I've ever seen. 0 for 16 from 3. Heidemann over to Shepard. I mean, I know when they say you got to shoot your way out of it, but my goodness. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann looking for Nafisa in the post. Gets it down to Fee in the post against Billings. She goes up, scores. Do they say they say it's the foul was on the floor. So it's sidelined inbound here for the Lynx. Foul was called on the floor, not on the shot. Fee gets it into Shepard. Over to, who's this? Carlton down to Fee. Bounce pass goes out of bounds. A turnover here by the Lynx. Ball and play here. 3 turnovers for each team in this quarter. Jason says the pink wigs remind me of Black Mirror or a Doctor Who episode. Jump ball here between Nafisa and Burton. Burton picks up her dribble with Fee on her, and Nafisa loves to get those jump balls. All right, jump ball here between Burton and Nafisa. Advantage Fee in this one, of course. And then, of course, the Minnesota Lynx win the jump ball. 35 points through almost 3/4 of action here. Courtney Williams takes a contested 2, can't get it. Salon with another rebound. I think she got like 10 boards or something. She's been rebounding the hell out the ball. Burton with the ball over to Rupier. Rupier for 3. And finally, they hit their first 3 of the game with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ileana Rupier. Ileana Rupier. Finally. Nafisa loses the ball, stolen by Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini on the drive. Xander Lassini over to Salon. Let's see if it's contagious. Salon for 3. Oh, hell no. She airballed that one. Burton with the offensive rebound over to Rupier. Back to Burton. Burton over to Rupier. Rupier, same spot, same result. That's 2 in a row for Rupier. Finally, it's a 4-point game. 45-41. Rupier with back-to-back threes. They said, yo, it's eventually going to fall. Heidemann on the drive, goes up, left-hand scoop, misses, gets her own tap rebound, is good. Natisha Heidemann. Probably the shortest player on the floor. Second jump there, gets up and just like volleyball taps it in. Over to Salon. Salon, you don't need to be shooting threes. Salon, out to Xander Lassini. You can't leave her that wide open. But she misses anyway. Burton, another offensive rebound over to Xander Lassini. She pump fakes for 3. Reset, another 3. And she can't bury it. Oh my goodness. Listen, Valkyries would be up in this game if they could at least hit half of these threes. And Carlton misses the 3 as well. Rupier with the rebound. My goodness. They cannot. They're 2 for 22 from 3. 20 seconds to go here. 6-point game. Burton off the screen from Billings. Burton over to Rupier. Rupier for 3. And she misses. Billings offensive rebound goes up. Smokes the left-hand lay. 5 seconds to go. Courtney Williams with the ball. Courtney Williams gets down the lane. Bounce past the Heidemann. Gets blocked by Rupier. She saves a shore layup and keeps the damage only at 6. So they've made some leeway here. They have made some leeway here. 6-point game going into the fourth quarter. Right. If they only shot like 20% from 3, they would be up. Rupier, big threes there to end that third quarter. 6-point game. So this game is not over. They outscored the Lynx 19-13 in the quarter. Salon 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3 for 3 points. She does have 8 rebounds. 8 for Ileana Rupier. She just hit 6 in the span of 30 seconds. Does have 7 rebounds as well. Pac Bentley with 6 points. You got Veronica Burton, quiet night, 6 points, 7 assists, 5 steals, however. And Kyla Charles with 8 points and 7 rebounds. So everybody's doing their part on the rebounding. It's the 3-point shooting that's been an Achilles heel. Xander Lassini with 8 and 2 for Billings. So they're shooting 9% from three, 2 for 22, 28% from the field, 14 for 50, and they're only down 6. And they have 15 turnovers. So you're playing as bad in multiple facets of the game as you possibly could. And you're only down 6 points. Yeah, Lynx have 7 steals as a team. Nafisa with 17, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Bridget Carlton with none. Smith with none. Got McBride with 5, 2 for 11 for Kayla McBride, 1 for 8 from 3, so they ain't shooting the ball that good either. 6 for Courtney Williams. Off the bench, Shepard with 7 and 6. You got 10 for Heidemann, 2 for Kliandakova. They're shooting 6 for 22, 27% from 3, 40% from the field. Only 1 free throw taken and made, and they have 13 turnovers as well. Yeah, Valkyries with a lot of dead ball turnovers. That's what it really is. A lot of dead ball turnovers with those moving screens. They have to learn how to screen. I shouldn't say they have to learn. They need to set screens better. Let's take a look at this other game. Wings up 82-60, y'all. 82-60 on the Connecticut Sun. On the Phoenix Mercury, excuse me. They outscored them 25-13 in this quarter. Wow. I think they've probably called off the dogs anyway. 14 for Sabali with 5 assists. The rest of the starters all in single digits here, playing under 20 minutes. Kalani Brown with 10, and then whatever. There's a bunch of the scrubs playing. For Dallas, you got Seegers with 10, 20 for Page, 18 for Isaiah James, 15 for Okonkwo. And I think the Liberty are up right now as well. They're in the commercial. I just looked up. Liberty up 20, 78-58. They are playing Chicago, so I take that with a grain of salt. 24 for Brianna Stewart. I'm playing against her in fantasy. This isn't good. 11 for Sabrina with 11 assists, so double for Sab. 17 for Cardoso. All right, y'all. Fourth and final quarter here. Can the Valkyries get the win, or will Minnesota just take over in this fourth? Williams with the ball over to Kayla McBride. McBride, left-hand drive. McBride into the paint. Out to Heidemann. Heidemann, step back, step through. Scoop left is up and good. Natisha Heidemann with the scoop. Up and under. 49-41. Burton with the ball. Burton drives right. Nowhere to go. Dribbles back to the 3. Comes back right. Handoff to Salon. Salon with the ball. Guarded by McBride. Salon on the drive. Throws up the floater. Off. Gets her own rebound. Out to Rupier. Rupier. Quick release. 3. Can't get it. Oh, my God. And these are like some good looks they've been taking from 3. Whoa. Courtney Williams down to Alana Smith and a foul there by Burton. I think Burton slipped and fell. Alana Smith is holding her left ankle. That lady always looked like she in pain, bro. Oh, I think she caught the back of Alana Smith ankle. And then she landed on her own ankle. Double whammy there. Links to inbound from the sideline, across from their bench. Gets it over to, who's this? Alana Smith, back to McBride. McBride for 3, and finally she hits her second 3 of the game. She's 2 for 11 from 3. 52-41. So anytime the Valkyries get close, the Lynx just light it right back up. She's 2 for 9 from 3. And Courtney Williams strips the ball right out of Xander Lassini's hands. Heidemann down the lane, left hand lay. Looked a little out of control and scores. And this game's probably going to be over. 54-41. They're on a 7-0 run to start this fourth. Valkyries, all that goodwill they did in the third, gone in the blink of an eye. All right. So it's a 54-41 lead by the Minnesota Lynx. Yeah, they've really been running with this whole stud buds moniker. It's funny how stud used to be seen as not pleasant, or I shouldn't say pleasant, and not a term you wouldn't use on like national TV, and now it's just all willy nilly out here. Looking at this Liberty game, it's a 20-point game here, 81-61 in the fourth quarter. And Dallas is just taking it to Phoenix, 84-61. Don't go anywhere after this game. We will be staying on stream. We'll be going into the Vegas and LA game at 10 p.m. Eastern. Vegas with a win will solidify the 2 seed. The Dream will move to 3. If Vegas loses, which I highly doubt, they'll drop down to 3, or they'll stay at 3, and the Dream will stay at 2. All right, they coming back from the broadcast now. Coming back from the broadcast now. How much Page has before I leave this screen? Page up to 22. 54-41. 54-41. They showing that last Natisha Heidemann move. She's up to 14 points. Burton with the ball, right side of the floor. Crosses up Courtney over to Fagbenle, who's been out with foul trouble. Hand off to Salon. Let's see if they can set a proper screen. They do. Salon, step back, midi. She just can't buy a bucket. Rupier with the offensive rebound, and then gets it stolen. And Rupier's on the floor here. Courtney Williams out to Heidemann. Heidemann, all the time in the world to shoot, and she knocks down the 3. Rupier, I think she can't get up. She's on the floor now. And they have to call a timeout to get her up. Rupier in pain on the floor. And she'll limp. She'll limp to the bench and the locker room. I think she just got tangled up and turned that ankle. So she can't come out yet. So she's just gonna camp out in the corner there. So they're playing technically 4-on-5. Burton with the ball out to Charles. Charles for 3. And Charles misses. Fight for the rebound. Shepard snatches it away from her own teammate. Gets it over to Heidemann. Ileana Rupier can't keep up, and Heidemann with the left hand lay. 12-0 run here. Burton with the ball. She shoots the midi and she knocks it down. She hasn't been looking for her shot often tonight. Finally, I see her look for it. And they intentionally foul to get Rupier out the game. Rupier played like 4 possessions just limping up and down. Janera, what up? What up? This game just got bad. Liberty on the other hand, they hooping. 85-63. I'll take it. But it's Chicago, so I'm out. They should be blowing this team out by 50. Ball in play with the Lynx. Williams with the ball. Drives right. Williams off the glass. Can't get it. Shepard with the offensive rebound. Gets the ball stripped away by Charles and stolen. 7 minutes to go. 16-point game. It was a 6-point game at one point. The Lynx are on a 12-2 run. Burton shoots the jump shot. I thought she got fouled. Fight for the rebound. Shepard slaps it back in bounds. And the Lynx on the run here. Heidemann. Guarded by Charles. Heidemann drives left. Gets into the paint, and they call a foul on the drive. Yeah, 61-84. I see. I know they benched Alyssa and what's shorty name, and Mac, and now it looks like they've benched Sabali and all of them now. But yeah, 22 for Paige with 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Got Isaiah James with 18 and 7. Okonkwo with 15. Hines Allen, I'll take it. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. I'll take it, Hines. 60-43. Free throw was made by Heidemann. Both free throws made by Heidemann, excuse me. 61-43. Man, this game just got out of hand so quickly, man. That's the thing with the Lynx. They string together a good 2 minutes of play, and the game could be over. Now Heidemann with 21 points. I needed all of them. Charles, bad pass, but Bentley saves her bacon, gets it over to Carla Late, over to Billings, but McBride tips it out of bounds. 5 seconds to go. Listen, so the way it's looking, these two teams will face off in the first round of the playoffs. $61-43 subs happening. Charles goes out. Xander Lassini checks in. Late to inbound. Gets it into Xander Lassini. Off the inbound. Baseline jump shot. Short. Fight for the rebound. And Courtney Williams dives on the floor and gets it. Over to Nafisa. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann off the screen. Heidemann to Nafisa. Nafisa on the attack. In the post against Bentley. Step through. Up. Under. Goes glass. And scores. Nafisa with 19. Her footwork is so good. She went up, under, spin, step through, off glass. Xander Lassini with the ball. Picks up her dribble. Finds Salon on the cut. Bad pass. Now the Valkyries are just turning the ball over. Oh, what a pass from Heidemann to Williamson. She smokes the layup. Shepard with the offensive rebound. Gets blocked. Gets her offensive rebound again. And gets fouled on the second chance. So Nafisa gets in the paint, step through, and goes off glass and scores. It looks like the Liberty have benched everybody, and they put the bench in. So Jessica Shepard at the line. I had to bench her for Nafisa tonight. Let me see if I made the right decision. Yeah, and both of them were not bad decisions. 21 for Shepard. Collier with 32 points fantasy. Late with the ball. Sorry guys, I had to check my fantasy team. Salon. The Valkyries look like they're just mailing it in right now. A 16-2 run in this quarter. Carla Late base elbow jump shot is off. Tip rebound to Heidemann. What's up, Anna? I thought you would cover the Liberty game. I mean, the Liberty game didn't matter in the grand scheme of things because they already are locked in at their place. I covered this game because this game determines the rest of the playoffs. Well, a majority of the playoff seeds that we don't know yet. And the Liberty are blowing them out 85-69 right now. Shepard with the ball gets blocked by Billings and gets fouled. Now it's just turning into a foul game now. So Shepard at the line for free throws now. Shepard misses the first. Their season low has been three point three 3-pointers made for the Valkyries. Tonight they've only made 2 for 8%. Crazy. Shepard shoots the second, knocks down the second free throw. 64-45. Late with the ball over to Kate Martin. Her first minutes of the game, I believe. And Letitia Me here checks in as well. Carla Late with it. Picks up her dribble out to Kate Martin. Down to Ami here. And a foul on the entry pass. So Valkyries to inbound, get it into Caitlin Chen is also getting some minutes now. Chen with the ball. Cross court to Martin. Martin, quick three. And they add to their ineptitude. She misses. Shepard with the rebound. Shepard goes coast to coast, drops it off to Kosu, but she gets fouled on the pass. So they're in the bonus. So the Minnesota Lynx shooting free throws the rest of this quarter, and she misses the free throw. Marks, too bad for the Valks. Yeah, young team ran into a buzzsaw tonight, but um, they have a chance to avenge themselves on avenge this game on Sunday. Martin with the ball. Martin drives down the lane, stops, reverse fall away over Kosu, misses. Rebound to Kleandakova. Heidemann with the ball. Left side to Bridget Carlton. Carlton drives left. Carton on the left baseline, tries to pass it. Ball gets deflected and stolen by Chen. Chen over to Martin. Martin in transition. Martin to Billings. Billings pump fakes. Throws it out to Ami here. Loads up for a three. And she buries a three. So they matched their season low. Letitia Ami here, not really a knockdown shooter, but had all the time in the world there. Knocks down their third three of the game. Heidemann off the ball. With the ball, I should say. Left side to the rookie Kosu over to Shepard. Shepard on the drive goes up, floater is up and good. Jessica Shepard padding her stats here. They're running a zone and Jessica Shepard finds herself center of the zone. Floater is up and good. Chen gets it over to Late. Late goes behind the back. Late spins back left. Finds Billings on the cut. Layup is up. What an assist from Late to Billings. And it's good. 17-point game. 67-50. 2:50 to go here. And Bridget Carlton for three. Shepard gets another rebound. Shepard, no look pass to Carlton. Carlton for three, and she knocks it down that time. As Jessica Shepard, she's really just out here just doing everything. Jessica Shepard with a double-double, 11 and 14. I should have just kept her in the lineup at this rate. Carla Lay gets into the paint, throws up the floater, draws the foul on Heidemann. Con Landing with the stat here with the Wings likely go to defeat the Mercury. All 13 WNBA teams this season will end up winning double-digit games. I mean, with the increase in games, gives a more opportunity to hit double figures, right? They called a timeout here. 70-50 is the score. They're outscoring them 23-9 in the fourth quarter. It's just wow. Nobody on Golden State has scored in double figures. You have 5 for Salon, 8 for Rupier, 6 for Fagbenley, 8 for Burton and Charles, 8 for Zandalasini, 4 for Billings, 3 for Ami here. They're 3 for 26 for 3 for 11%. Minnesota, on the other hand, you have 19 for Nafisa, 11 for Shepard with 14 rebounds, 21 for Natisha Heidemann. It's crazy. Liberty been playing their bench this whole quarter, and the lead has been cut down. So that's something to keep an eye on. Salute to everybody here on the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Really appreciate you guys tuning in for the final day of the regular season in the WNBA. They're playing Pink Pony Club. I guess everybody got pink wigs on too, so I guess it makes some sort of sense. Alrighty. Oh, so the Chicago Sky have cut it down to 9 now. Chicago starters versus the Liberty bench. Oh, Rebecca Gardner hits a 3. We could take a quick look at that. Oh, this game is totally over, 89-65. 10-point game with 2 minutes to go. Right, broadcast is coming back for this Minnesota game. Carla Late knocks down, misses the free throw, I should say. So it's 70-51. She made the first one and missed the second. Just put us out of our misery, please. This game is over. Heidemann off the screen, going to her left. Heidemann still with it. Left side to Jalen Sherrod, the ex-Liberty player. Gets it over to who is that? Cameron. That Cameron Taylor? I think that's Cameron Taylor. I think she got her hair done, so I couldn't tell. Carla Late with the ball. Late goes to Billings. Billings mid-range jump shot is good. 70-53. Jalen Sherrod with the ball. Sherrod over to Heidemann. Heidemann back to Sherrod. Sherrod over to Heidemann. Heidemann over to Kosu. Kosu to Taylor. Taylor gets blocked. And get rebound to Kosu. Throw it out to Sherrod. It goes out of bounds. And Carla Late with the ball. For those who didn't know, Golden State, unfortunately, the Chase Center is booked or was booked for that week that they would be playing their first home game in their home playoff game. So they had to move the game down to San Jose and not at the Chase Center in San Francisco. I think it's Laver Cup, I think they said it is. That's happening. So, and I think there's also an event at the Oracle at the old Oakland Arena. So they have to move to San Jose. So it's unfortunate for their first season. They make the playoffs and they can't even play on their home arena. Sierra said maybe they'll shoot 90% on Sunday. We'll see. It's funny. The broadcasters have the pink wigs on as well. 45 seconds to go in this one, guys. This game has been over since the start of the fourth. And rebound to the Valkyries on that miss. Oh, Sherrod gets the steal. Sherrod pump fakes and lays it up over a me here. Ball into a me here with 30 seconds to go here. Please just end this game. Caitlin Chen with the ball. And she's just dribbling. I hope they just dribble. Oh, coach is saying, no, go score. Chen with the ball. Drops it off to a me here. A me here tries to get it to Martin in the corner, stolen by Kleondakova. All right, so this game is over, y'all. Thank God. It got ugly in the fourth quarter. It got a drag to actually watch. All right, so for the people asking, this game ends at 72-53. Minnesota moves to 34-10. The Golden State Valkyries drop to 23-21. And with that, here is the new bracket. Here is the new bracket. So the Minnesota Lynx will face the Golden State Valkyries in the first round on Sunday in Minnesota. The Seattle Storm move up to 7th seed. They await their playoff matchup in the next game. And the Fever move up to 6th. They'll play whoever the 3rd seed is. So this is the final. This is the we're filling out our bracket here. We have one side of the bracket filled, so Valkyries and Lynx and Liberty and Mercury, those are all set. Now we just await who's left between the Aces and the Dream. So let me remove these other teams, and these are the 2 remaining teams here. Whoops, put that back. So we got the Aces and the Dream. The Dream have already finished their season, so they waiting on who wins this game between the Sparks and the Aces, and they over here doing the electric slide over there in Minnesota. All right, so it looks like this game is finally over. The Liberty game, I should say. Liberty win this game. Damn, it ended up finishing at 91-86. That's hilarious. 91-86. Chicago outscores the Liberty 28-13 in that fourth quarter. With the bench in. Let's take a look at the box score here. Oh, whoops. Let me publish that so you guys can see. Cool. Back to live mode. All right, so Brianna Stewart finishes with 22.6 rebounds. You have 5 for Leonie Fibich, 7 for Jonquel Jones. I should have benched her. She's the one who stunk it up today. 11 for Sabrina with 11 assists, 2 for Natasha Cloud. Off the bench, Mieseman with 14 and 6. You had 15 for Rebecca Gardner, 4 for Kennedy Burke, 3 for Maureen Johannes, 4 for Niara Sabali, and 2 for Steph Talbot. First, oh my goodness, I always do this. For Chicago, Onion Rere with 11 and 6. You have 6 for Rebecca Allen, 21 for Cardoso, 13 and 10 for Rachel Banham, and 10 for Kia Nurse, 25 for Maddie Westbell off the bench. Wow. That gotta be her career high. 25 points, 7 rebounds for Maddie Westbeld. Let's take a look at this. 97-76. Dallas beats Phoenix. 97-76. Looking at Satu Sawali finished with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Nobody else scored in double figures. They didn't really play too much. Kalani Brown, the next best scorer, with 12 points. They shot 42% from 3, 44% from the field. For Dallas, you got Haley Jones with 6, 10 for Seagrass, 7 for Hines Allen with 10 rebounds and 6 assists, 24 for Paige Beckers, 4 for Grace Berger. Off the bench, 2 20-point scorers off the bench, 20 for Isaiah James, 20 for Amy Okonkwo. So you got 46 points off of your bench. They shoot 28% from 3, 48% from the field, 24 assists to 9 turnovers, and they finish off their season with a W. All right. So I can show y'all the standings now. Let me see if they actually updated it. I doubt they have. Yeah, they haven't updated it as of yet. You know, just WNBA website is so slow to do this stuff. Oh, there it is. At least ESPN has it updated. I appreciate them for updating it. So this is the current standings right now. Minnesota at 1. We're waiting on Atlanta and Vegas at 2 and 3. Phoenix at 4. Liberty at 5. Indiana at 6. Seattle at 7. Golden State at 8. Alrighty. So we got that set, people. That is set. We'll get ready for the Aces and the Sparks, the final game of the regular season, happening in the next 9-10 minutes or so. So let me get that up for y'all, so y'all know how much time we have left. So we got about 9-ish minutes until this game starts. Yeah, Fee ends up getting that 50-40-90, second ever in WNBA. 53-40-90. So 50-40-90, 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the line. That is those are some really efficient numbers. That should put her that she finishes off her season with her final case for MVP with that. It's gonna be tough though, but listen, it is what it is. Got that lady up in in Las Vegas who doesn't take no from an answer. Okay, I can turn this game off on this TV since that game is over. As we get ready for the final game of the regular season. Maddox said, Jay, let's go. Let's get the Mercury in the first round. Listen, if we still won in Phoenix, all we got to do is we have to win on the road to advance. So we need to beat them in Phoenix, something we haven't done this season. So that's what's gonna have to happen. That's what's going to have to happen. Gotta beat them in Phoenix. Maddox said Jaden Murphy beat us when we were injured. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we did beat them at full shove in the third matchup. We were behind most of that game too. But listen, you're right. They have to beat us when we're fully healthy. So hopefully we come to play. Hopefully we come to play. They gotta prove it to me. They gotta prove it to me. Because if they come out stinking it up, I'm gonna be upset. All right, Vegas and LA. That's the final game of the night. We'll be on broadcast for that as well. You see the playoff scenario there. If the Aces win, they will be the 2 seed. The Dream will be the 3 seed. If the Aces lose, the Dream will be the 2 seed. The Aces will be the 3 seed. So that's something to keep an eye on. That's the final piece of the playoff puzzle. Final piece. In my opinion, I think the Aces will win this game. So I think the Aces will end up being that and win their 6-team straight game. Let's see who wins. I'm gonna put the poll out for y'all. Will it be the Sparks or will it be the Aces? Put this poll out for y'all. Fill out. Who do y'all think will win this game? Get those votes filled out. Salute to everybody hanging around on this final night of the WNBA playoffs. I mean, of the WNBA regular season. Look at me. I'm over here just ready for playoffs, talking about playoffs. Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out. All right, should be good to go now. Everything is all good. All right, cool. So we're just waiting for. Oh, why did this switch back? Let me fix this. There we go. As you can see, the season series between these two teams, Sparks trailed the season series 2 games to 1. The only game they won was it was actually in Vegas, June 11th. They beat Las Vegas 97-89. But they've lost the other 2 matchups. This is the final matchup of the season. As I mentioned, Ace is on a 15-game winning streak. The Sparks have only won 3 of their last 5 games, back-to-back losses against Atlanta. Really did them in. I know some losses earlier in the season, like against Dallas, did them in as well. But listen, it is what it is, right? It is. Let me take a quick water break. Just recognize it didn't. They're announcing the starting lineups here. Should take a look at that for you guys to see who's starting. It would help. So starting lineups for this game, people. Um, let's see. Have they announced it? The Sparks will start Kelsey Plum, Sarah Ashley Barker, Ray Burrell, Dearica Hamby, Azare Stevens. I think Julie Alamond is out with an ankle. Yep. Rakia Jackson also out with a leg injury. For the Aces, I think they just announced the lineup. Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Aaliyah Nye. Excuse me. Aaliyah Nye, Nelissa Smith, and Asia Wilson. For those who are interested, who the other player was that hit the 50, 40, 90, that was Elena Deladon. Mystics champion, played for the Chicago Sky in the past. She's the other player now with Nafisa to join the 50, 40, 90 club. Yeah, Liz. They did add new teams. I think Wave and Hive. So, that should be interesting. 2 more teams. I know they got an more investment. I know they said they're still developing the facilities or adding on to the facilities down there. So should be cool. Should be cool. They have stats here about Paige Becker's rookie season. Let me see if I can just pull this up for y'all so y'all can see it as well. So let me see if I can zoom in. That would help, right? So Paige Becker's rookie season led all rookies in points per game, assists per game, 20-point games, and 10 assist games. The only rookie with a 40-point game and 2 30-point games. Tied rookie singles game scoring record with 44. Third most points and assists by a rookie in history, and an all-star starter. And this is the other one I just mentioned. WNBA players in the 50, 40, 90 club. Nafisa, Elena, and that's the end of the list. All right, broadcast has started here. I'm watching this game on League Pass. This game is on NBA TV. If you did want to watch it, this game is on NBA TV. Put your predictions in the chat. Who do you think will win this game? Let me know, folks. Who do you think will win this one? The oh, Kelsey Plum averaging 19.6 points, 5.7 assists. Hamby averaging 18.5 points, 8 rebounds. Damn. So now I just need Azare not to have a crazy night, and I should win this. I'm up. I'm up by like 28 points. As long as Azare doesn't have a crazy night, I should win. I might regret starting Jonquel Jones. As crazy as that is to say, she had the lowest point 17. I could have started Sabali and got 30, and I would have been in the better shape here, but we shall see what happens. Right? They're talking about the starting lineups again. I already mentioned it to you. Both two rookies are starting: Aaliyah Nye for the Aces and Sarah Ashley Barker for the Sparks. Lynn Roberts, her first season as Sparks head coach, possible to get to 500 if she wins tonight. Um, has improved them considerably. They were 8-32 last season. Now they're 21-22. So, um, that's it. Jump ball is up. Aces have the ball with Asia Wilson. Wilson with the ball. Wilson, handoff to Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray with it. Chelsea Gray down to Asia. They double over to Nalissa. Nalissa, floater is up and good. Nalissa Smith on the board with the floater. Azare gets it over to Hamby. Hamby, guarded by Asia. Jab step. The former aces looking at each other. Gets it over to Plum off the screen. Another former ace. She keeps her pivot foot down, fight for the rebound, and Asia gets it. Asia with the ball. Asia tries to feed it to Jackie. Bounce pass a little out of control. She throws it out to save it, and Plum with the steal. Plum on the run here. Plum into the paint. Drops it off to Hamby. Hamby goes reverse and scores. Hamby with the reverse layup over Asia, and it's tied at 2 apiece. 2-2 is the score. Asia with the ball. Asia out to Jackie. Back to Asia. Asia, foul line jump shot. Trickles off the rim. Rebound to Stevens. Stevens with the ball. Stevens. Sorry, not Stevens. Plum with the ball. Plum steps back for a three over the rookie Nye and misses. Rebound to Jackie. Jackie Young with the ball. Guarded by Ray Burrell. Playing for the injured Rakia Jackson. Gets it over to Asia. Asia. Hand off to Chelsea Gray. Gray guarded by the rookie Barker. Shoots the midi over her and misses. Rebound to Stevens. Stevens over to Barker. Barker with the ball. Barker into the paint. Bounce past the Hamby. Wide open and scores. So Sparks with their first lead of the game. It's 4-2. 4-2 Sparks. Young with the ball. Young. Smith with the ball. Finds Jackie Young on the cut. Doesn't take the layup. Dribbles back out. Young with the ball. Young off the screen going to her left. Ball gets to Asia and stripped and stolen. They call a shot clock violation. Becky Hammond there with the straight face. A ball in play here with the Sparks. 4-2. Sparks on top. Hamby gets it over to Burrell. Burrell was the savior in that last game. She gets downhill, tries to go for a right hand scoop and misses. Rebound to the Aces. Aaliyah Nye with the ball. And almost gets the ball stolen. And it stays with the Aces. So I forgot both rookies played at Alabama. I totally forgot that now that I remember. Sarah Ashley Barker at Alabama, Aaliyah Nye at Alabama as well. Aces get it into Asia. And Asia, I don't know where she was looking. No, the Sparks just let the ball bounce and the Aces get it back. Jackie Young for three and knocks it down. Can't let that happen. 5-4 Aces retake the lead. Ray Burrell with the crossover loses the ball. Chelsea Gray with the steal. Chelsea Gray, left side of the floor, over to Jackie. Jackie shoots another three, and that's 2 threes for Jackie Young. 8-4. Just like that. Kelsey Plum with the ball over to Hamby. Hamby pump fakes the pass. Goes up, reverse layup on Asia, and scores. So Hamby with another layup, and it's 8-6. Jackie Young, 3 threes in a row, and she misses that one. Fight for the rebound, tipped out by Nalissa. Eight, six, Aces on top. Ball and play with the Sparks. 8-6, Aces in the lead. Plum over to Barker. Barker over to Hamby. Top of the key. Looking for Burrell. Gets it to Burrell. Burrell gets the ball poked away by Chelsea Gray. At Chelsea Gray on the go. Stops, double clutches, and scores. So Ray Burrell with 2 turnovers there. Both stolen by Chelsea Gray. Hamby with the ball. Hamby attacks Asia and gets fouled. So Hamby will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's one thing about Hamby. She be attacking Asia. She don't care if she get blocked or not. She going right at Asia. So Hamby at the line. First free throw is up, and she misses. Second one is up, and she knocks it down. 10-7, 10-7. LA moves into a zone defense here. Gray over to Jackie. Jackie pump fakes for 3 into the paint. Out to Gray. Gray loads up for a 3. Off. Hamby fight for the rebound and gets it over to Plum. Plum over to Barker. Barker top of the key 3 and short. Rebound to Asia. Yeah, con landing. Oh, and Alyssa Smith on a nice pass from Jackie. Spins into the lane and scores. Plum with the ball over to Burrell. Burrell with it. Keeps her dribble alive. Crosses back left. Picks up her dribble. Down to Hamby. Bad pass. Jewel Lloyd with the steal. Now Ray Burrell just throwing the ball all over the gym. And Jackie Young for 3 and misses. Burrell gets the rebound. Burrell over to Barker. Barker with the ball. Keeps her dribble alive. Gets it down to Hamby. Hamby isoed with Chelsea Gray. In the post here. Spins. And doesn't make the layup. Fight for the rebound. Asia gets the rebound over to Chelsea. Chelsea, no look to Jewel in the corner. Wide open for 3. Bounces around and scores. 15-7. Aces shooting 3 for 6 from 3. Plum, top of the key here at half court. Gets it over to Stevens. Stevens, right hand dribble. Hand off to Barker. Barker comes off the screen from Hamby. Gets into the paint. Barker up and lays it in with the lefts. Sarah Ashley Barker. Up and down rookie season, was starting some games, was the 6th woman some games. When everybody got back healthy, she had to go to the bench, and as Asia Wilson scores on the pass from Chelsea. 17-9. But Barker has been coming along here towards the end. Plum tries to feed it across court, stolen by the Aces. Chelsea out to Jackie, out to Jewel. Left wing 3 is good. Timeout, Lynn Roberts, and the Aces. They're just too good right now. You turn the ball over, it's curtains. 20-9 here on the final game of the regular season in the W. What up, Chemo? Sparks trying to play spoiler? Yeah. The only thing spoiled is their play right now. They're down 11 with 3:48 to go. Twenty to 9, y'all. 20-9. Let's take a look here. So you got Asia Wilson with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Aaliyah Knight yet to score. You got 4 from Nalissa, 6 from Jackie, 2 from Chelsea, and 6 from Lloyd. They're shooting 61% from the field, 57% from three, and they have 4 steals as a team already. For the LA Sparks, got 7 from Hamby and 2 from Ashley Barker. They're shooting 4 for 9 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, and they have 4 turnovers as a team. So LA needs to fix up if they want to play spoiler tonight. I think Atlanta, I don't know what Atlanta what Atlanta wants to happen, if they want to win this game or not. If Atlanta wants the Sparks to win, if they want to be 3 seed or 2 seed. So who knows? Are we still in a commercial right now? Still in a commercial. Salute to everybody who's joined the watch along. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. We will be back on Sunday for the first games of the playoff. Hopefully they release these times soon. Like who will play where. That's what I'm really waiting on. All right, so broadcast is coming back on now. They're talking about Ray Burrell on Tuesday on Phoenix. That was her career high, 20 points in that game against Phoenix, in a game they needed and they got, but they didn't get any help from the Valkyries. Ball and player with the Sparks, Julie Van Loo has checked in. Van Loo finds Plum. Plum, top of the key with 10 on the shot clock. Plum, left to right crossover on Jewel Lloyd. Out to Van Loo. Van Loo for 3. Off. Asia with the rebound. Gets it over to Evans. Dana Evans is checked in. Evans gets it over to Jackie, top of the key. Finds Asia, left side. Gets it over to Jewel. Jewel pump fakes for 3, drives into the paint, drops it off to Jackie. Jackie up top to Asia. Asia on the drive, spins back left, throws up the layup out of control. Rebound to Stevens. Stevens on the push here. Stevens picks up her dribble up top to Plum. Plum pump fakes, gets Asia up in the air, gets down the lane, goes up for the left hand lay, and scores. Kelsey Plum gets the LA Sparks into double figures here. It's 20-11. Caught Asia with the pump fake. Asia jumps, she blows right by her and skips into the lane for the left hand lay. Jackie over to Lloyd. Lloyd for 3, misses, and Plum with the rebound. Plum over to Van Loo. Van Loo with Nalissa in her sights. Picks up her dribble, tries to get it out to Hamby, and stolen by Asia. Asia out to Jackie. Jackie swings through, back down to Asia, guarded by Hamby. Out to Jackie. Jackie for 3, and you can't leave Jackie that wide open. That's another 3. 3 threes for Jackie. Van Loo with the ball. Over to Hamby. Finds Barker on the back cut, but Asia gets her hands on it again. They just getting their hands in the passing lane, denying those easy passes. Jackie with the ball. Down to Nalissa in the post against Plum. Gets it back out to Dana. Dana in the left corner, guarded by Julie Van Loo. Dana comes off the screen. Dana tries to get it out and stolen by Plum. Plum on the run here. Plum up the lane and scores. Right hand layup is good. Kelsey Plum with the basket. 23-13. 10-point game. Jackie Young with it. Over to Jewel. Right side to Dana. Dana out to Jackie. Jackie over to the corner to Lloyd. Lloyd for 3. And Lloyd buries the 3. This zone is getting absolutely shredded by the Aces. Just moving the ball side to side, finding the open player. Ashley Barker pump fakes for 3. Corner to Stevens. Didn't want to shoot over Asia. Van Loo for 3. And it's all. Fight for the rebound. Lloyd gets it. Over to Evan. Jackie. Jackie for three. Oh, Jackie is absolutely on fire from three. 4 threes for Jackie Young. Plum cuts through multiple players, tries to step through, throws it out to Van Loo. Down to Hamby. Hamby in the post against Asia. Hamby goes up. Right hand lay too strong. Rebound to Jackie. Jackie with 4 threes in this first quarter. Gets it down to Asia, fouled by Plum. So Kim Brink will check in. Asia Wilson will go to the bench. Kia Stokes and Chelsea Gray also check in for the Aces. Emma Cannon getting some minutes as well for the Sparks. So everybody just getting minutes tonight. I mean, I expect Sanaya Fagan to get some minutes as well at some point. Just play all the rookies. Ball over to Chelsea Gray. Hook pass over to Jewel. Over to Jackie. Jackie step back for another three. And she misses that one. Rebound to Barker. 29-13. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Barker, handoff to Van Loo. Van Loo guarded by Evans at half court. Gets the screen from Brink. Van Loo gets downhill. Cross court pass gets tipped out by Jewel Lloyd with 6 seconds to go. That's the one thing about Van Loo. She'd be throwing some wild passes. Ball into Julie with 5 on the clock. Gets it over to Burrell. Burrell with 3 seconds. Has to shoot it. Shoots a contested three. Tries to bank it in. Doesn't work. And that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of one, the Aces 29. The Sparks 13. Wow. Looking at Vegas, you got Asia Wilson, 2 points, 2 steals, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Aaliyah Nye hasn't scored. 4 for Nalissa Smith. You got 12 for Jackie Young, 4 for 7 from 3. She's only taken 3-pointers in this game. Does have 3 assists. 2 for Chelsea Gray with 3 assists. Off the bench, Jewel Lloyd, 3 for 4 from 3 for 9 points. They're shooting 58% from 3, 57% from the field, and they haven't shot a free throw yet. For the LA Sparks, you got Hamby leading the way with 7, 2 from Ashley Barker, 4 from Kelsey Plum, and that's the extent of their scoring. That is the extent of their scoring. For those who want to take a look at the bracket, this is the current playoff bracket. At the rate this game is going, it looks like the Aces and the Storm will face off in round 1 at the 2-7 matchup, and it will be Atlanta versus Indiana in the 3-6 matchup at the rate that this game is going right now. Playoffs start on Sunday. Playoffs start on Sunday. They haven't released the dates as of yet, or the what teams are playing on what dates as of yet. That's still up in the air. I think they're waiting for these games to finish, and they'll probably release it either tonight or tomorrow. Because there's one game on ESPN. One game on ABC and 3 games on ESPN on that Sunday. Oh, it looks like the Yankees actually beat the Tigers after getting clapped up all week by them. Right, that's the score. 29-13 is the score. 29-13. Oh, it looks like I'm looking on social media, and it looks like people at the game, at the Chicago Liberty game, um, were chanting "Fire Jeff," the GM, the GM of the Chicago Sky. What's up, Empire? Salute, salute. Don't worry, this is the second game we're doing. We've been touching on all the games. Appreciate you tuning in, no matter the time. Barker with the ball. Barker down the lane, goes up for the right hand layup and scores. Nice move by Sarah Ashley Barker. Matt said he looked like he knows he's gonna get fired. Yeah, man knows his job is on the line. Ball in play with the Aces. Gray over to Lloyd. Lloyd comes off the screen for three and misses. Long rebound out to Evans. Evans with the ball. Evans right to left crossover on Barker. Tries to draw some contact and misses. Rebound to Cam Brink over to Van Loo. Oh, they missed Cam Brink on the cut. That would have been an easy layup for Cam. Van Loo with the ball. Van Loo snatchback dribble up to Cannon. Cannon for three. Misses. And Brink taps it, but Gray saves it back and bounce to Stokes. Back to Gray. Lloyd over to Gray. Gray over to Evans. Back to Gray. Gray pump fakes for three. Gets to that right elbow. Sets her feet. Jumper is good. Chelsea Gray likes that mid-range area around the elbows on the foul line. 31-15. This game is getting ugly fast. Ray Burrell with the ball. Over to Barker. Barker drives right. Chelsea Gray thought she had to steal. Barker goes corner to Cam Brink for three. And she's short. Fight for the rebound. Goes off of Gray and out of bounds. Kelsey Plum for three. And Kelsey Plum for three. Becky Hammond calls a timeout. So 31-18. Kelsey Plum knocks down the top of the key three here. I think that's their first three. They missed their first seven, I think the broadcaster just said. 31-18 in the second quarter. I'm taking a look at social media to see if I missed anything. Damn, that's just awkward. Getting you're the GM of the team and they're chanting "fire you" in the middle of the game on your home floor. Damn, that's rough. That is rough. But listen, salute to everybody here in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This game is looking like it's gonna be a snore fest unless the Sparks can make something out of it. They're chanting for the GM of the Chicago Sky, Jeff Pagliacca, to get fired. That's who they're chanting. Oh, Layla Lacan went back to Layla Lacan went back to France. She was like, "I ain't playing this last game of the season with y'all. I'm out." That is hilarious. I just was scrolling down and I follow her team in France on social media. And they said, "Look who's back," and it's Layla Lacan. That's funny. Layla said, "I'm heading back to France. F this." Yo, that is hilarious. He said, "I ain't lose, y'all lost." But they said she was out for personal reasons. I was wondering, like, what happened. That I guess the personal reasons, like, I want to go home. I respect it. Really don't blame her. What else? What I gotta get out of us? Out of us getting smoked here. Ball and play here with the aces. That's hilarious, though. Dana Evans drives down the lane, misses the layup. Good defense by the Sparks. Cannon with the ball gets it over to Kelsey Plum. Ball over to Cam Brink, and they call a foul by Evans on Plum. So it is Sparks ball still. They will inbound shortly. Gets it into Plum. Plum goes over to Cannon. Cannon on the drive on Gustafson. Loses the ball, tries to throw it off Gustafson, but she saves it. Ball over to Asia. So the lineup on the floor is Nye, Asia, Evans, Gray, and Gustafson. If I didn't say her name right. Cam Brink with the foul though. Cam Brink with the foul. So on the floor for the Sparks, it's Brink, Plum, Van Loo, Burrell, and Hamby. 31-18 is the score. Ball into Gustafson. Gustafson over to Gray. Gray lobs it up to Asia. Asia double team, throws it out to Gray over to Evans. Evans back to Gray. Gray on the drive, steps back, foul line, jump shot is up, and good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Got Plum with the ball. Plum on the drive, gets it over to Van Loo. Van Loo over to Burrell. Burrell on the drive down the lane, goes up, floater too strong, Brink offensive rebound and put back. Oh, they leave Nye wide open. She pump fakes, throws it out to Gray. Gray loads up for a three, and she cashes in. The eighth three-pointer of the half for the Aces. They are just putting it on the Sparks. Chelsea Gray up to, what she got now? She up to 9 points. Hamby with the ball down to Plum. Plum under the basket against the rookie. Dribbles out of the paint. Up and under, throws up the floater, draws the foul on Aaliyah Nye. Damn, Kelsey Plum, watch your hands. Kelsey Plum a little handsy out there. No, that's your teammate, but take it easy. Daniel, what's up, my friend? Salute, salute. Maz, nah, I know you saw that. That was a little crazy. Plum with the free throw. Kelsey Plum at the line for the second free throw. She makes both. I gotta watch them. Watch KP out there, man. Ball and play with the Aces. Asia over to Chelsea. Chelsea is a kick ball on that bounce pass to Asia. Right. Plum Plum always a little too personal. Listen, we in public right now. Ball over to Nalissa. Nalissa at the foul line out to Chelsea Gray. Gray, oh, no look, bounce pass to Smith, and she finishes. And it looks like Cam Brink probably took a elbow to the nose there. Kelsey Plum with the ball. Plum dancing on her former teammate Jackie, dribbles off Jackie's foot and out of bounds. Oh yeah, Cam's Brink's nose is leaking. They gonna have to get yeah. Her nose leaking. Yikes. Let me see what happened there. Oh yeah, the extension by Nalissa on that layup. She went up for the layup with the right and then popped her in the nose with the left. So Cam Brink going to the locker room, her nose leaking. They gonna have to spray some stuff on the court as well. I think it leaked on the court as well. Damn. So Cam Brink's going to the locker room. Cam Brink going to the locker room. Um, Jay, do you think there'll be a lockout next season? Listen, they said they're not even close to an agreement. Oh man, they keep showing the replay. Got me grabbing my nose. Damn. Yep. I just saw your comments here. Where's Towel Man? Damn. Plum with the step through and misses the layup. Rebound to the Aces. 38-22. Gray over to Smith. Smith hand off to Jackie. Jackie over to Aaliyah Nye. Aaliyah Nye for three. And Aaliyah Nye from the left wing knocks down the three. 41-22 Hamby over to Stevens. Stevens for three. Stevens with the miss. And Asia with the rebound. Asia over to Jackie. Jackie on the drive. Gets into the paint. Steps through. Tries to hand it off. Stolen by Hamby. And Van Loo on the run. Pass over to Barker. Barker on the drive. Finds Hamby. Hamby. Nobody wants to shoot over Asia. And Asia with the block. That's why nobody wants to shoot over Asia. Ball to Jackie. Back to Chelsea. Chelsea pump fakes. And they call a foul by Plum. Yeah, the negotiations. Yeah, I mean, it's just they said they're not even close to the players that said they want to stand on business and they know what they want, and the league is in a different space. The league is saying this is what we think you guys should get. And from what everything I've heard Brianna Stewart say, because she's one of the vice president of the player association or one of the representatives, they're saying the talks haven't been good. So the season ends in October. I think the CBA completely expires Halloween, Halloween Day. So they're gonna have maybe a week or two, depending on when the season ends, to figure something out. But they they got to figure something out here. Yeah, chemo. The sides are far apart. That's what I've been hearing as well. So they're gonna have to. Somebody gonna have to compromise. That's what it is, honestly. And does the league, with all the growth now, want to compromise? I don't think so. As Jackie Young gets down the lane and hits the floater. You're adding two new teams. You just got a new media deal. I think the league would probably cave before the players. The players can go other places to get money. The owners, well, I mean, they have other endeavors, but they can't go. Their investment here is gonna just tank if they don't capitalize on the eyes on the game right now. You know, the players can go to Unrivaled. Oh, Azare Stevens with the steal on that pass from Gray, and but Gray almost what you call it. Gray almost breaks up a 2-on-1 break, but Steven ends up getting the ball and lays it in. Because as I was saying, the players can go other places and get a bag, like Unrivaled, Athletes Unlimited, overseas. As Jewel Lloyd knocks down a three. This game just getting out of hand, y'all. That's four triples for Jewel Lloyd. I mean, it would suck for us as WNBA fans. And Stevens knocks down the three. I can't have Stevens going off. My fantasy team depends on it. So it's gonna be interesting to see, y'all. I think once the season is over, um, they'll have to lock in and get it situated because I don't think both sides want a lockout. Ball down to Asia against Hamby. Dream shake. Left hand hook is too strong. Damn, I might lose this. It's gonna be hurt if I lose this. Ball over to Hamby. Hamby on the drive on Asia. It gets blocked by Asia. That's another block by Asia on Hamby. Drops it off to Asia on the roll. Asia goes up. Right hand layup is off. And rebound to the Sparks. Plum with it. Plum throws the ball to Hamby and fouled by Gray. And we have a timeout on the floor here. 46-27. This game is out of control. Out of control. So we're in a timeout right now. 46-27, y'all. 46-27. This is the box score. Asia not doing too much scoring. 2.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Aaliyah Nye with 3, 6 for Nalissa Smith, 9 for Chelsea Gray, 14 for J.O. Jewel with 12 off the bench, 4 for 6 from 3. They're shooting 62% from 3, 58% from the field. For LA, you got Hamby with 7. You got 5 for Stevens, 4 for Ashley Barker, 9 for Kelsey Plum. Off the bench, you got Van Loo with 0, 2 for Cam Brink before she got elbowed in the nose, and none for Emma Cannon. They're shooting 2 for 11, 18% from 3, 37% from the field, and they have 7 turnovers as a team. So the way it's looking is looking like the Aces will win and be the 2 seed. The Dream will be the 3 seed, and that should finish off our WNBA playoff bracket at the rate this game is going. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you guys hanging around. It is now almost 10:40 here on the East Coast PM. I'm just scrolling on social media, seeing if I missed anything entertaining or stuff. Daniel says, Jay, do you know when women's college basketball starts? Nah, I'm honestly I don't really watch women's college ball religiously. I only watch when it gets towards the end of the season, so I can see who's coming into the W. But I'm not a college basketball fan in general. I don't watch men's or women's. I'll probably go back and watch the Liberty game later. Oh, Sabrina had no turnovers in this game. Wow. 10 plus points, 10 plus assists, no turnovers. Third most games in WNBA history with that. Ball in play here with the Sparks. Please make this interesting, Sparks. It's been a long day. I need you to make this interesting. Plumb into the paint against Young. Throws it out to Stevens. Stevens catch and shoot 3. Misses. Rebound to Asia. 8 rebounds by Asia in this first half already. Gray over to Wilson. Over to Jackie. Jackie over to Lloyd in the corner. They keep leaving Lloyd open, and she misses that one. Luckily, Asia Wilson skies for the rebound. It's a foul by Ashley Barker. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's been all aces. It's been all aces, people. Cam Brink still in the locker room. No Julie Alamon, no Rakia Jackson tonight as Asia left elbow jump shot is good. That's funny, as you just asked that, I mentioned it. They said Cam's still in the locker room on the broadcast. Double clutch by Plum gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Can they just update like when the games are gonna be, what teams are playing at what dates? Like, annoying. Plum at the line, first free throw is up and good. Yeah, that did not look good. She got popped right in the bridge of the nose. And then when she was yelling at the refs, all you saw was blood dripping down as Plum hits the second free throw. 48-29. They quickly get it. Oh, Chelsea Gray tries to go over the head pass to Jewel, over to Jackie, but Jackie steps out of bounds on the 3-point corner attempt. Ball and play here with the Sparks. Please make this game interesting. Plum with the ball. Come on, fight back. This is your former team. Play spoiler, KP. KP step back 3 over Asia. Misses. Lloyd with the rebound. And Lloyd misses the straightaway 3. Empire said, I'm no expert, but how was that not a foul on the brink play? Yeah, it should have been a foul. But they did not call it. Plum into the paint. Nowhere to go. Up top to Stevens. Stevens, step back 3. Doesn't take it. Over to Burrell in the corner for 3, and she buries it. Ray Burrell knocks down the 3. And she cuts the lead down to 16. Gray over to Asia. Asia goes in the post against USC Sanaya, well, South Carolina against South Carolina. I know they're both USC. And Sanaya Fagan almost gets to strip on Asia, but they called a foul. Sanaya Fagan playing against another South Carolina alum in Asia. What's up, Mahonia? Thanks for that information for Daniel. Oh, they say Cam Brink's out the remainder of the game with that nose injury. Damn, last game of the season, she gets elbowed in the nose and she's out for the game. I guess that injury is pretty bad. Asia knocks down the free throws, and it's 50-32. Ball over to Barker. Barker down the lane. Right hand layup is up. Oh, and she misses. Yikes. Yeah, you were right, Mads. You were right. Chelsea Gray for 3, and she cashes out top of the key. Oh, my goodness. That's her second 3 of the game. 53-32. They're 11 for 19 for 3. Chelsea Gray almost gets the ball stolen. She recovers it with 5 on the clock. Finds Sanaya Fagan under the basket, and she lays it in. Plum to Fagan there. Chelsea Gray with 4 on the clock. Over to Asia. Asia jab step, jump shot. Too late. It misses anyway. And we've mercifully reached halftime. 53-34 at the half. Chemo, yeah. I mean, Cam, she to her defense in this one, she did get a forearm shiver to the nose, the bridge of the nose. So I can't really fault her on that one. 53-34. Now let me get the halftime timer back up for us. Why isn't my thing loading? I do have to refresh. Oh, there we go. I'm like, where's my timer at? There we go. 15 minutes to go for halftime, people. Jeez, that was a bad half of basketball for the LA Sparks. Let's take a look. They got outscored 29-13 in the first, 24-21 in the second. Did a little better in that second quarter there. For the Aces, you got 6 for Asia Wilson with 3 blocks and 10 rebounds, 3 for Aaliyah Nye, 6 for Nalissa Smith, 12 for Chelsea Gray with 4 assists. She's 2 for 3 from 3. 14 for Jackie Young with 6 assists. Off the bench, Jewel Lloyd with 12. Evans, Gustafson, Stokes yet to score. They're shooting 57% from the field, 57.9% from 3, 100% from the line on their 2 attempts. They have 18 assists on their 20 made field goals, so that's a good assist to to made basket ratio, assist to shot ratio, or made basket ratio, I should say, whatever. 5 turnovers, 7 steals. For LA, on the other hand, Hamby with 7 points, Ray Burrell with 3, got 5 for Azare Stevens with 6 rebounds, 4 for Sarah Ashley Barker, 11 for Kelsey Plum. Julie Van Loo off the bench, 0 for 3, no points. 2 for Brink before she got her nose, looked like her nose got broken. And 2 for Sanaya Fagan in her 2 minutes, none for Emma Cannon. They're shooting 38% from the field, 21% from 3, and 5 for 6 from the line. They do have 7 turnovers as a team. So that's the score here at the half. 53-34 Aces looking for their 16th straight win. Ron C, what up? My Aces versus Liberty finals bet looking good, Jay. Have you made your finals predictions yet? No, I'm waiting for the final seeding to come in, but it's looking like it's going to be Aces at 2, Dream at 3. So if we take a look at it right quick. So this is what's already officially confirmed. So we know Aces will probably be at number 2. Dream will be at number 3. The way it's looking now, I'm going to say Aces Dream in the semis, Aces to the finals, because the Dream haven't beat the Aces all season. I'm gonna say Minnesota. Yeah, my heart is saying Liberty, but my mind is is saying Mercury. I'm gonna go with my heart. Liberty Mercury Liberty Lynx in the semifinal, best of 5. Damn. Will the revenge factor come into play here between the Lynx and the Liberty? Dude, it might be. Damn, I don't want to bet against my team, but I'm gonna say Lynx Aces final. I'm gonna say Lynx Aces final, man. That hurts for me to say. I'm gonna say Lynx Aces final. Damn, that hurts to say. But I think the revenge factor will play too much into the Lynx favor. That hurts. Mahonia, thanks for all the game play-by-plays this season. Of course, thanks for tuning in. The channel's nothing without y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. That hurts to say, man. Damn. Lynx Aces final. I mean, that would be a good one, though. That would be a good one. You got the 2 MVP candidates going against each other, and that would be a good one. Damn, that hurts to say. Hope the Liberty prove me wrong, man. Hope they prove me wrong. But I keep going over the scenarios in my mind, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it in our favor, man. Just not seeing it. Sierra said it's okay you to jinx and the Liberty would be okay. Listen, I'm saying Liberty get out the first round, and I'm not even completely sure about that. That's the funny part. But I'm going with the heart on that one. Going with the heart. Oh boy. What did I want to show you guys in the meantime? We got 10 minutes for halftime. Let's take a look at this right quick. This is what is on ESPN. in terms of the playoffs. WNBA playoff schedule 2025 postseason tips on Sunday. Let me refresh it. Up to date. They just updated this at 9:58 Eastern. So the 2025 playoffs open on Sunday. Brackets taking shape. Now we know 6 of the 8 seeds have been determined. We know Chicago, Connecticut, Dallas, LA, and Washington have been eliminated. As a reminder, the first round is a best of 3 format, a 1-1-1 format. So home, away, home for the high seed. The semifinals is best of 5, 2-2-1. And then for the first time in WNBA history, the finals will be a best of 7. Excuse me. As you can see, the higher seed would host 1, 2, 5, and 7. Mad salute for the super chat. Y'all come back for Jay's watch-alongs during the finals. Yeah, even if Delivery are not there, I will be doing watch-alongs during the finals. So make sure y'all come back. Appreciate that. The super chat, Mads. All right. Let's go back to this. So, seeds that have been determined as we've already established: Minnesota at 1, Phoenix at 4, Liberty at 5, Fever at 6, Seattle at 7, Golden State at 8. It's the TV schedule. They haven't announced what teams will be playing at what time slot yet. But for Sunday, September 14th, you got game 1 at 1 p.m., game 2 at 3 p.m., game 3 at 5 p.m., and game 4 at 10 p.m. You got ESPN for the first game, ABC for the second, ESPN for the third and fourth. And then they break them up. 2 games will be played on Tuesday. 2 game 2s will be played on Tuesday, September 16th at 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And then on Wednesday, the other 2 game 2s will be played same times. And then Thursday and Friday, if it goes to game 3s, they split those up as well. So semifinals, Sunday, September 21st. So the following Sunday is when the semis begin. They'll split these up. No, not sorry. They won't split these up. It'll be game 1 at 3 p.m. and the other game at 5 p.m. On Tuesday, you got 7:30 and 9:30. On Friday, for game 3s, it'll be 7:30 and 9:30. And then if it goes to a game 4, it'll be on Sunday. And Tuesday it'll be, if it goes to a game 5, it'll be on Tuesday. And then starting October, the first Friday in October, the finals will begin. Game 1 is at 8 p.m. Game 2 on Sunday at 3 p.m. Game 3 on Wednesday at 8 p.m. on October 8th. Game 4, October 10th. And then they go down the list until if it goes to a game 7, the last possible date is October 17th for the WNBA finals. So that's the playoff schedule there. Playoff and final schedule. Okay, hope that was somewhat informative. Let me see if I can find any more news. I did see something about draft picks. I forgot what article I was reading, and they had mentioned the draft picks in there. Here we go. I think it was here. This is what I wanted to show y'all. Let's show y'all this. Okay, of course, Ron, thanks. So this is the game that's going on right now between the Aces and the Sparks. We already know what the implications are. It looks like the Aces will win this game. So I was reading this paragraph here. The second paragraph, the final game of the regular season also has implications for the WNBA draft lottery. A Sparks win would match the Washington Mystics' 2-year record of 30 and 52, meaning the team would split lottery odds and Washington would enter the lottery 3rd instead of 4th by virtue of a worse record this season, meaning the Mystics would pick higher if neither team draws a top 2 selection. So what that basically means is, in order to determine lottery odds in the W, they take your previous season record and your current season record, add them together, and whoever has the lower one gets high. The lower record has higher odds in the lottery. So if the Sparks would win, them and Washington would have the same 2-year record, and they're saying Washington would enter the lottery third instead of fourth because the tiebreaker is the current season if you had a worse record. But if the Sparks lose like they look like they're about to, I think the Sparks would be third and Washington fourth. But then the next paragraph says that makes the Storm interested observers in this game. Seattle holds LA's 2026 first round pick by virtue of a 2024 trade that sent the number 4 pick to the Sparks, who selected Rickea Jackson. I do remember that trade. So Seattle does have another top pick in another lottery pick in this draft due to LA's trade. Does the WNBA fix the lottery like the NBA do? No, I don't think so. I think if they would have fixed it, they would have sent Paige to LA. But I don't think the W fixes the lottery. All right. So that's the draft implications there. I don't think there were any draft implications in that first matchup that we did today. This is the cheat sheet. We already know about that. And this is this is how the Aces have been during their 15-game win streak, 15-0. The WNBA rank 87 and 87.7 points per game. Points differentials up there. Field goal percentage at 47%. They're taking 10.1 3-point field goals per game, and they're shooting 41% from 3 during that 15-game winning streak. Crazy. This is about Alyssa Thomas. Thomas has tallied a WNBA record 8 triple doubles this season and became the first player in league history with 3 straight triple doubles last month. As you can see, the assists per game for players, Courtney Vandersloot, 10 assists per game, 22 games. Caitlin Clark, 8.8 assists in 2025. Caitlin Clark last year, 8.4 assists in 2024. All right. Let me see what else I can find for us to take a look at. I'm just scrolling through. Let me go to my website, Tankathon. Let's see, do they have the WNBA one? They do. All right. So one last thing before the broadcast comes back. Take a look at this. This is one of my not favorite websites, but a website I like to go to look at these odds here. Tankathon shows the odds for the draft. So Dallas could potentially be another top pick. They have a 10-34 record. Their record over the last 2 years is 19-65. So they'll have the highest odds in the draft to get the number 1 pick. Chicago traded that pick to Minnesota here. So Minnesota could potentially be picking in the lottery even as a team that could potentially win the finals since Chicago traded that pick away. LA traded that pick we just talked about to Seattle. So they have the 3rd worst record. Washington has the 4th, and then Connecticut traded that pick to Chicago. I think that might have been the Marina Mabry trade. So they have the 4th. So these are the top 5 teams that could be in the lottery. And then, of course, with the expansion teams, they pick right outside the lottery, Toronto and Portland. So you can see Washington. Washington has 1, 2, 3. Washington has 3 picks in the first round. 3 picks for Washington in the first round. So let's see what they decide to do with that. All right, broadcast coming back on. Let me turn my volume on so I can hear. Hopefully the Sparks can make this interesting. The Aces are leading in fast break points 14-4. Sierra said they be killing with the youngins. Yeah. Once they decided to go all in with the youth movement, they traded Brittany Sykes to get a first round pick from the Storm. Listen, I don't blame them. Ball over to Barker. Barker over to Plum. Plum top of the key here. Plum drives right. Drops it off to Hamby. Too strong turnover. Jackie Young down the lane. Behind the back pass to Nalissa Smith. Layup is good. 55-34. Ray Burrell with the ball. Ray Burrell dribbles left. Draws down to Hamby. Hamby gets fouled on the drive, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Hamby knocks down the free throw. Yeah, Mads, they do. According to my website, we were just looking at Tankathon. They could potentially take Flaw J. Johnson with that pick at 4 out of LSU. Hamby makes both. It's 55-36. Gray with the ball. Gray over to Asia, over to Aaliyah Nye, wide open for 3, short, and long rebound goes to Gray. Gray misses the jumper. Rebound to Stevens. Hamby with the ball, hand off to Plum. Plum gets downhill. Plum, left hand scoop is up and good. Chelsea Plum with 13. Chelsea Gray with the ball. Young misses. You got Stevens with the rebound. Over to Stevens. Stevens for 3. Come on, Stevens. Please don't kill me. Damn, he's only 10 points behind me now. I just got to hope for a miracle. Nalissa Smith for 3. Barker gets the rebound. Ball down to Hamby. Hamby in the post. Oh, Hamby gets the ball stolen by Nalissa Smith on the face-up. Gray over to Young. Young, pump fakes for 3. Passes out to Gray. Gray, bullet pass into Asia. Asia throws up the left-hand hook and scores over Hamby. All right, y'all. I'm going to start tuning this game out after a bit. If this gets to like 30, 40 points, I'm gonna turn this off. Plum with the ball. Plum drives, gets cut off, and they call a jump ball between Smith and Plum. This is awful, y'all. This is absolutely awful hoops. Nah, I'm glad the Sparks didn't make it. It would have made tonight interesting, but if they would have came out, but I think they've pretty much given up. I think if they had something to play for, they would have came out with some better energy. It was a jump ball violation by the Sparks. Ball goes to the Aces. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for the Valkyries to beat the Storm on Tuesday, because it would have made it so much more entertaining tonight. And I think they would have came up with some extra energy, like we have something to play for. But knowing you playing and you're eliminated already, as Asia Wilson knocks down a 3. Asia with 11, a double already. Ray Burrell on the response misses. It's like I'm watching open gym right now. Excuse me. Asia Wilson, left hand floater is good. Asia hits a 3 and then hits a 2. Asia with 13 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks. 7 points in the quarter. Coach Lynn Roberts just waved a white flag. Ashley Barker drives by her former college teammate Aaliyah Nye and hits the reverse layup. 62-40. And Hamby gets the rebound off that miss by the Aces. Hamby over to Plum. Plum over to Hamby. Hamby looks to attack Asia. Gets into the post, bumps off her. Spin, reverses, throws up the right hand hook, misses. Ray Burrell with the rebound, blocked by Asia again. She just gets her blocks on everything. Asia's blocking everything. That's her fourth block of the game. Listen, man. It's between her and Gabby for Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. Ball over to Barker. Barker for three. I think Asia might have got a piece of it. It hits the side of the backboard. Rebound to Jackie. Jackie over to Asia. Asia jab steps for three. Now takes the three. Oh, Asia. Oh, she's just feeling it, y'all. Asia, another three from the same spot. Damn. That was the part of her game she had to work on, and she has come back this season shooting it. Oh, what a pass from Plum to Barker. And Barker lays it in. Empire said Asia playing like she hasn't wrapped up MVP. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. She's trying to make it undeniable that she's going for number 4 here. Her 4th MVP. Gray comes off the screen, goes behind the back. Keeps the dribble alive. Gets it down to Asia. Asia, dream shake. Shoots over Hamby. Misses that one. Rebound to Hamby. Asia with 16 and 11 and 4 blocks. Plum comes off the screen. Plum into the paint. Left hand layup. And hits off the side of the rim. And a rebound to... Oh, Jackie almost traveled. Chelsea over to Jewel. Jewel transition 3. Oh, they just styling on him. They just styling on him now. They throw him between the leg passes. It's stuff got bad real quick, man. I don't even know what to say. Lloyd with 15. All threes. Ray Burrell downhill over to Barker. Barker for 3. Hey, at least Sarah Ashley Barker having a career night. Barker up to 10 points. It wasn't a 3. It was a long 2. 10 points for the rookie. Chelsea Gray keeps control of the ball. Guarded by Plum. Tries to get it to Nalissa. Ball gets tipped and deflected and stolen. Ray Burrell on the run. Ray Burrell fakes the pass. Tries to quick layup Asia. Hamby gets the offensive rebound and puts it in. 68-46. Yeah, they really globetrotting on them. Seriously. Cue the music. Like Young over to Gray. Gray wide open for 3. That looked off. It is off. Stevens with the rebound. Dang. Plum gets it over to Barker. Barker saves it, but saves it right back into the Aces. They have a 3-on-2 here. Jackie Young, touch pass to Asia, layup. No, please take Azari out the game. Just clear the bench. Please just clear the bench. Let the bench play. And the ball gets deflected out of bounds. It stays with the Sparks. We have a timeout. Get this game off the television. 70-46. I just need him to take Azari out the game, man. He's 7 points away from 8 points away from beating me. I can't look. Painful. 70-46. 70-46. Sierra said age averaging 2.3 blocks per game. Yeah, she's an absolute beast, man. Absolute beast on that side of the floor. On both sides of the floor, to be exact. Looking at the box score, Asia with 18 points, 11 boards. Excuse me. You got 12 from Chelsea with 7 assists, 14 and 10 for Jackie Young, a double-double for Jackie. Jewel Lloyd with 15 off the bench. Man, I hope they put Cheyenne Parker Tyus in. I didn't get to watch her in the last game. And her game back from pregnancy. Hamby with 11. You got 10 from Barker, 13 from Plum. The bench is only giving you 4, but Cam Brink, she got forearmed in the nose and hasn't been back since. They said she's not going to return. All right, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Talking about our discussion earlier about players who could potentially be drafted. So this is what Tankathon has sort of predicted if this is how stuff plays out. Yeah, Empire, 25 assists. on 27 made baskets. Crazy, crazy stuff. Great ball movement. So they're saying the Wings will could potentially select Lauren Betts out of UCLA, the center. They don't really have a center at the moment. That they want to play. AZ Fudd potential goes to Minnesota. Potential selection there. Olivia Miles potential to Seattle. And this is where I said Flaw J Johnson to Washington to join Kitron over there. Sonia and Kiki. Tanaya Latson out of South Carolina, previously Florida State. To Chicago. And then you got Awa Fam, a center out of plays in Spain. Gianna Neepkins. I'm not familiar with her game. I've seen her. I saw her name last year and about in a bunch of stuff. Yarden Garzone. I know she played at Ohio, Indiana, and I guess she transferred to Maryland. Chloe Kitts out of South Carolina. Cody McMahon she was at Ohio State. Now she's at Ole Miss. Interesting. Kiki Rice, UCLA. Charlize Legger Walker out of UCLA. Ash Jackson, Sarah Williams, and I don't know who Little Page Bugs is, so I'm gonna leave that alone. You can't have Kiki Rice and Kiki Iriafan. Can't have two. You have to call one Rice and one Iriafan. Ball down to Alyssa Pali. Alyssa Pali goes up and scores. Yes, they put Azare on the bench. Thank God. Please don't check her back in. I need to win this one. They said that's Alyssa Peely's first field goal as a Spark since she was signed on a hardship. Jewel Lloyd for three. Dana Evans chases down the rebounds. Right, Kiki to Kiki. That wouldn't be too bad. I mean, but what they gonna do with Georgia Amore though? Because Georgia Amore is coming back off that ACL at the point guard. Kiki Rice is a point guard. I mean, I guess you can't have too many point guards, right? Jackie Young with the ball. I'm surprised Jackie and Asia are still in the game. Ball over to Dana. Dana over to Asia. Asia top of the key, shoots the midi right over the Hamby like she was shooting over a traffic cone. 14 in the quarter for Asia. She has 20 points total. 20 and 11 for Asia with 4 blocks. So their two main players both have a double double. Jackie with a double double and points assists. Asia double double points rebounds. I think they said Asia just passed Delisha Milton Jones on the all-time field goal list in W history. So Asia always breaking records. Hamby face up, out to Van Loo. Van Loo top of the key three, way off. And here come Jackie Young and the Aces over to Chelsea Gray. Corner to Dana. Dana wide open three, misses. Peely with the rebound. Plum over to Hamby, catches it in traffic and finishes. 72 to 50, 72-50. Gray over to Asia, guarded by Peely. Asia spins off Peely, gets blocked by Peely. Oh, they called a foul. I'm about to say, Peely with the block. Oh, that was a clean block. Oh, but it was probably the body they called a foul on. I don't know about that. Challenge. What? Lynn Roberts going to challenge. It looked like a clean block by Peely. They may say it's body down low, but it looked like a nice block by Peely. I mean, what, you got nothing to lose. Your season over anyway. Elisa Peely drafted by the Lynx last season. But that was a clean block up top by Peely though. Clean block up top. Past draft results. That's what I wanted to look at. Oh, Peely got drafted 24. My bad. I'm over here misspeaking. 2024. I forgot Peely. That's last year, right? I'm tripping, y'all. That's a low. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I was like, I know Peely got drafted last year. 2024. You're saying too much body? That's what I'm saying. The block up top was clean. I guess the body is what they called. Hmm. Let's see what the result of the challenge is. Ah, see, it was successful. Ah, successful challenge. Successful challenge. So a good challenge there by Lynn Roberts. Peely gets the block. Sanaya Fagan checks in. Everybody. Dana Evans to inbound right in front of her bench. Evans gets it into Asia, guarded by Fagan, over to Jackie Young. Jackie Young, top of the key, over to Jewel. Jewel finds Parker Tice at the foul line, misses that jump shot badly. Ball over to Van Loo, down the hill, and it looks like Parker Tice might have got a piece, and she gets the rebound. Gets it over to Evans, back to Young, over to Evans, down to Asia. Asia gets fouled before the shot. They say it's not a foul. I mean, they say it is a foul, but it's on the floor, I should say. Ball and play here with Evans. Evans over to Jackie in the corner to Lloyd. Lloyd, no, wide open for three. Hits the top corner of the backboard. Yikes. 3-on-2 here for the Sparks. Plum walks into a three. Misses. Jackie with the rebound. Jackie working on a triple double. She has 5 rebounds. Ball handoff to Jackie. Jackie into the paint. Drops it off to Parker Tice, but it was kicked by the Sparks. So Parker Tice gave birth on July 1st to a baby boy, and now she's playing in September and making her debut, her second game of the season. Ball and play to Jackie. Gets it to Parker Tyus. Goes up. Layup is up and good. Parker Tyus with the basket, as they just mentioned her. Ball over to Barker. To Fagan. To Van Loo. Down to Peely. Scores on Parker Tyus and one. Alyssa Peely with the basket. 74-52. She's short in stature, but she has she can really move her body around in the paint there. And the crowd giving like loud cheers here. And she got loud support here as she knocks down the free throw for the 3-point play. I didn't know she played at USC. As I told you, I don't really pay attention to college basketball. But they said she played at USC and then she went to Utah to play. I did not know that. Ball in play with Dana Evans. Tries to drop it off to Asia, and it goes out of bounds. Van Loo over to Barker. Over to Van Loo. Van Loo down to P. Lee again. P. Lee against the veteran Parker Tyus. Throws it back out to Van Loo. Van Loo drops it off to P. Lee, but it gets kicked out of bounds. (74-53). 38 seconds to go in this third quarter. Plum with the ball. Over to Fagan. Plum drives baseline. Plum in the paint. Circles around. Finds Fagan. Fagan goes up and lays it in with the left. 74-55. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Damn, we have a whole other quarter of this game, y'all. This is crazy. Listen, I was saying Alyssa Pili, and then I got corrected. Parker Tyus banks in a three. Oh, shoot. Cheyenne Parker Tyus banks in a three from like the left wing. A weird angle there. Plum over to Fagan. Fagan down the lane. Throws it out to Barker. Barker for three at the buzzer. Sarah Ashley Barker at the buzzer knocks down the three. And she cuts the lead to 19. Cuts the lead to 19, y'all. So it's 77-58 here at the end of the third. Give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back to end this game. Sorry, I had to stretch my legs a little bit. Had to stretch my legs. Been sitting for how long we've been on stream? Been on stream for 3.5 hours. I had to stand up for a little bit. Ron says time for Plum to get 30 and average 20 points per game for the season. Here, we'll see. They're still in commercial here. We haven't missed a thing. They're still in commercial. They're playing Swag Surf. Yeah, that's the least they could do. They're getting clapped up here. Salute to everybody still hanging around on the watch along. I know it's been a non-exciting game, but we here, y'all. We are here. Yeah, this game, it feels so slow. Feels so slow. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Final quarter of the season about to begin, y'all. Final quarter of the season. Sarah Ashley Barker with a career high 13 points. Ball in play here to start the fourth and final quarter. We got Evans, Gray, Parker Tyus, Nye, and Lloyd on the floor. Nye with the ball, left side of the floor. Up top to Lloyd, right side to Evans. Evans, top of the key now. Evans with 8 on the shot clock. Evans, crossover, drives left. Evans drops it down to Parker Tyus. Jump pass to Lloyd. Lloyd corner 3, misses. And Van Loo chases it down. Van Loo on the run here. Van Loo, right side of the floor. Looking for somebody. Gets it over to Fagan. Fagan finds Peely, and Peely knocks it down. Nice look between the first year player to the second year player. That's back-to-back assists from Fagan to Plum. Nye with the response for 3, and Nye with the response from 3. Back to a 20-point game, 80-60. 16 for 33 for the Aces from 3, 4 for 20 for the Sparks. Peely with the ball over to Barker. Barker out to Peely. Pump fakes for 3. P.O. Go Peely. Hezzy move on Parker Tyus, goes up for the lay and misses. Parker Tyus with the rebound. Evans over to Nye. Back to Evans. Over to Parker Tyus. Pump fakes for 3. Left to right crossover into the paint. Dream shake. Step through. Left hand leg gets fouled. Almost drops, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Parker Tyus at the line. First free throw is up. Misses. Rolls in and out. Second one up is good. Van Loo gets it over to Fagan. Fagan, the same play again, and Peely. Oh, she smokes this one. It slipped out of her hands on that one. They ran the same exact play, and it just didn't work this time. Evans over to Lloyd. Sorry, not Lloyd. Over to Gray. Got it to Nye, who got fouled. A foul before the shot here. Asia Wilson checking back in. That's interesting. Parker Tyus will go to the bench. 81-60. Hamby checks out. Oh no, they're bringing Azare Stevens back in. Peely goes to the bench. Fagan goes to the bench. Ball over to Asia. Asia over to Nye. Nye with the ball over to Asia. Asia to Lloyd to Gray. Back over to Evans. Over to Asia. Too much passing and it's stolen. Van Loo with the ball over to Hamby. Hamby to Plum. It gets deflected by Lloyd. Out of bounds. Ray Burrell checks in for Van Loo. $81-60. Ball with Plum over to Hamby. Hamby gets it over to Barker. Barker for 3, misses. Long rebound over to Gray. Gray over to Asia. Asia left side of the floor. Picks up her dribble up top to Evans. Evans. Oh, crossover on Stevens. Step back jump shot is off. Rebound to Barker. Ball gets tipped away by Gray. Over to Asia. Asia midi is off. And long rebound back to Asia. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd for 3. Lloyd misses. And Plum gets the rebound. Ray was good last game. She hasn't been that good this game. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I think the low stakes of this game has made it doesn't even matter. Stevens over to Barker. Barker gets the screen, tries to get it down to Hamby, and they predicted that gets the deflection and steal. Chelsea Gray corner to 9. 9, no hesitation for 3, misses. Asia with the offensive rebound. Back out to Aaliyah. Aaliyah another 3 and misses that one. Stevens with the rebound. Please, Stevens, stop getting rebounds. And Plum gets downhill and scores. And Aces take a timeout here. 81-62. Vegas in absolute cruise control here with 6:39 to go. All right, y'all. Be back again. Yes, sir. We are back. All right, y'all. We gonna make it through these final moments here. We gonna make it through. Final 6.5 minutes. It would be so upsetting if a Liberty player let me down not winning this championship. John Cole Jones with 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. I'll be so upset. Sierra, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I could have started Satu and got a 30 piece, and I wouldn't be sweating this game so much. Even Jessica Shepard had 29. Pissed off. It's still in commercial right now. Still in commercial. Let's take a look at the box score while we have some time here. You got 20 points for Asia Wilson with 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Aaliyah Nye 6. You got 8 for Nalissa Smith. You got 12 for Chelsea Gray with 7 assists. Jackie Young with 14 and 11. Double for Jack. Jewel with 15. 6 for Parker Tyus off the bench. They're shooting 16 for 36 from 3. They have 29 assists on 31 made field goals, so doing really well. Hamby with 13. Got Azare with 5 points and 10 rebounds. 13 for Ashley Barker. Plum with 15. Yeah, what is the Aces mascot? That's a good question. I never really paid attention. I have no idea what the Aces mascot is. Kelsey Plum with 15.6 assists. They had her stats here on the broadcast. They have they have a rabbit. Jackie tried to get it down to Asia. It gets deflected and almost stolen. Nalissa picks it up over to Chelsea Gray for 3, and she buries it. Chelsea Gray with 15 now. 84-62. I guess you're pulling a rabbit out the hat for the Aces magic trick. Please, Azare miss. Yes, Azare missed the 3. I'm sorry to root against players, but listen, I need you to miss. And they can bring the bench back in to end this game. Jewel Lloyd down the lane, left hand scoop, misses. Oh, Azare grabbed a rebound. Yo, this is crazy. Plum with the ball. Plum steps back for a 3, misses. Asia with another rebound. She might have a 2020 game if she plays the rest of this one. Asia with the ball gets cut off by Plum. Ball gets stolen by Hamby. Hamby be dribbling with her head down, and as I say that, she dribbles it off her foot. Asia inbounds it to Jackie Young. Young with the ball. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd to Jackie. Jackie to Nalissa. Nalissa under the basket. Throws up a hook. Can't get it. Asia with the rebound. Asia misses. And Hamby with the rebound. Plum with the ball. Gets it over to Ray Burrell. Burrell with the ball. Burrell to Hamby. Hamby fakes the pass back to Burrell. Hamby handoff to Plum. Plum to Burrell. Hamby on the roll, goes up. Right hand lay is good. Back to a 20-point game. 84-64. Over to Gray. Lloyd. Lloyd for three, wide open. They're just getting like practice threes. And Lloyd knocks down the three. That said, Jewel Lloyd just passed Lauren Jackson on the all-time WNBA scoring list. That's crazy. Plum with the ball, dancing behind the screen. Plum, hezzy move, gets into the paint. Out to Barker. Barker, left-hand drive. Under the basket, they back away from her. She reverse lays it in. She's adding to her career high. 87-66. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd in the corner. Up top to Chelsea. Back to Lloyd. Lloyd for three. Oh my god. It's like, and they tie the record. 19 threes made in this game ties the record set by the Liberty and somebody else. 19 threes made in this game. Jewel Lloyd for the record. Off the back rim, can't get it. Rebound to Asia. Out to Chelsea. Over to Jewel. Jewel for the record. And she can't get it. Stevens with the rebound. 19-39 from three. Oh, De'Erica gets double blocked here. And Jackie with the ball. They should just break the record. You're already down to Asia and they call a foul. And please just clear the bench. Take Azari out of this game. Yes. They took Stevens out, guys. I won my fantasy chip. Oh my days. I had to sweat that one out. So Plum, Stevens, Hamby all go to the bench. And they get a round of applause from the home crowd for the final time this season. Jackie Young in the post against Barker. Throws it out to Asia. Asia for three. Asia for three. Oh my gosh. Nothing but net. 23 for Asia. Excuse me. I said Asia. They're 20 for 42. It's crazy. Asia Wilson gives them the 3-point record. That's crazy. Asia Wilson with the three to give them the season record for most threes made in a W game. Nalissa Smith gets her own rebound and puts it there. All right, Daniel, have a good one, my friend. 23-point field goals made, most in any game in WNBA history. The Aces break that record on the final day of the regular season. 95-66. This game is over. I'll be back on Sunday, Daniel, for the start of the playoffs. Playoffs start on Sunday. Once they release the times, then we'll be good to go. And Jackie Young hits another three. 21 threes made. And a foul there by Chelsea Gray on Van Loo. The bench players for the Aces were just standing at the table for the last 2 minutes. And oh my goodness, this Aces team, man, they're scary. I don't care what anybody say. They are scary. Maddox, I see what you say. I see what you're saying. You have better faith than me. That's all I can say. Your faith is stronger than mine. I could admit that my faith is weak this season when it comes to that comes to the Liberty. I can admit when I have little faith. All right, so oh snap! I almost hit the wrong thing. All right, y'all. So I already updated the bracket because we know this is happening. So this is the final bracket, y'all. So in the first round, all of our seeds are set. So the 1-8 matchup is between the Lynx and the Valkyries. The 4-5 matchup is between the Mercury and the Liberty. 2-7 is Aces and Storm. I think they faced off last season as well. And the 3-6 matchup is between the Dream and the Fever. Maddox, I don't. I think even if they win this first round, I think facing the Lynx next round, a revenge hungry Lynx team. Um, from what I've seen from them this season, I don't have faith. Will I be rooting for them? Yes, but do I have faith they will be able to overcome? Probably not. So this is the bracket, y'all. This is the bracket. Final starts on Sunday. That's sad. I understand, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. From what I watched out of the 44 games they played, I probably watched 41 of the games. I probably the game tonight I was off and on watching it, but I probably watched 41 of those games in full. And I know we're injured and all this other stuff, but I just don't see it what I saw last year. I just don't see it. I think we're lacking on the defensive end. I just got to be honest, man. Just got to be honest. Hope they prove me wrong, but from what I've watched this season, injuries or not, I just don't see it. I hope they do prove me wrong. I hope they do. I hope they do. Um, this game is still going on, y'all. My bad. We got they just came back out of commercial and stuff. Sarah Ashley Barker career high 15 points for the rookie on the last day of the season. Gets it into Julie Van Loo. Over to Ray Burrell. Pump fakes for three. It drives on Kia Stokes. Gets down the lane and lays it in. Ray Burrell. 98-68. Yeah. Miracle. Miracle's a cherub Jay you always have last year. Yeah. I'll always have last year. I was there for the championship game. The game we won. I got my little replica trophy back here as the Aces turn it over. I got my little replica trophy, so they can't take that away from me. 98-70. The Sparks scored, I guess. Ray Burrell made a layup again. They just need to just mercy rule this game. Parker Tires gets down the lane, goes up with the left hand lay, and gets fouled by Fagan. So I still want to go back and watch tonight's game to see how they played because I missed a lot of it. But listen, that's how I feel. I'm just being honest. That's my team, but I gotta be realistic. Gotta be realistic. Parker Tyus hits the first free throw and hits the second. 90. Oh, they hit 100 points. 100-70. A 30-point beat down here on the last day of the season at home. Ray Burrell for three misses. Fight for the rebound. Megan Gustafson with the rebound. Gets it over to Evans. Evans, right to left crossover, gets cut off by Barker, gets it over to Gustafson, loads up for a three, and they just keep adding to the record here. Megan Gustafson with a three. 22 made threes. 22 for 45 from three. Von Loo down the lane gets the right hand lay for the Sparks. 103-72. And Barker with the rebound. With the steal. Gets it over to Burrell. Burrell, Euro step. Gets fouled and won. Ray Burrell adding to her stat total. And she'll go to the line for the 3-point play. She does the D Wade move where you go over the player's head with the ball and lay it in. Burrell for the 3-point play, she buries it. 103-75. Shot clock and game clock about identical. I think it's like spot on. Yeah, it's like spot on right now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're gonna make them play out the final point 0.6. Point 0.9, excuse me. And that's it. And that's the final game of the regular season, people. The Vegas Aces historic historic end to the season. 16 straight wins. They break the record for most threes made in a game with 22. And they're going into the season, into the playoffs as the hottest team in the league. They solidify the 2 seed. I'm not even gonna go over the box. Actually, I'm gonna go over the Aces box score. Aces, you got Asia Wilson, 23 points, 19 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. Jackie Young double double, 17 and 12. You got Chelsea Gray with a double double, 15 and 10. So 3 of their players with double doubles there. Wow. Wow. Let's take a last look at the bracket, y'all. This is the final bracket there. Final bracket. So starting Sunday, we have Minnesota versus Minnesota versus the Valks, Mercury versus the Liberty, Aces versus Seattle, and Dream versus Fever. That's it from me, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me all regular season long. We've reached the end. We started in May, and we are now in September. Playoffs start on Sunday. Once they release the schedule, I'll be sure to make sure we're doing the Liberty game, and then we'll find whatever else games I have the time for. Appreciate you guys for all your support, all the super chats, the subscriptions, the likes, and everything of the sort. It's been a long day. It's actually before midnight, so it's 11:49 now. So I'm gonna head out and get some sleep. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Discord link in the description below. I usually update the Discord first with what the plans are, and then I put it in the community post in on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to sleep. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Salute.